We raise the buy-in as we move towards the halfway point of the PokerGO Cup. Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada. Back to the Ario Resort and Casino, and back to the PokerGO studio. It is final table coverage of event number 4 of this series, a $15,000 buy-in. Thank you all so much for joining us. Jeff Platt alongside Brent Hanks in the broadcast booth. And Brent, it is everybody looking up at Sean Perry's name in the race for the cup.
Everybody grimacing as well as they look up at that name. Don't count out El Jefe right here. Center of the table, our chip leader today, Cary Katz. You can see it, folks.
Wait,
with the
Cary
first
Katz,
today.
chip leader, you said?
That's right, unheard of. A win here today. He'll be on top of the PGC leaderboard. However, that's all pending the results of this fine-looking gentleman, Jeremy Ausmus,
Yeah, Ausmus,
also a contender for the Cup.
Coming off a second-place finish in event number 3. And it's 3 straight cashes for this man, Brock Wilson, who could make a move up the standings.
Brock the Brain Wilson. He is the smartest player in the room, bar none.
Justin Saliba, Bill Klein, Jesse Lonis also at this event number 4 final table, taking a look at the leaderboard. And yes, it is Cary Katz's name on top with more than 2.1 million in chips. Justin Saliba is right there. Bill Klein in 3rd, Wilson in 4th, Ausmus with about 900K. Jesse Lonis has 870,000 in chips. 65 entries, creating a prize pool of almost $1 million. Up top, more than 263K. Final 6, guaranteed 58,500.
50K, but we still have 20 minutes.
About a 20K pay jump from 6th to 5th. 20K, 40K, 40K big blind ante for about 20 more minutes.
I think I saw a small red card.
Saliba has a small red card, small black card. He's got 2 5s.
Former Dayton Flyer, goaltender. Saliba is one heck of an athlete and a very good poker player at that. Just started playing these high rollers last year, 2021 into 2022.
It was a small blind, I might have called. Your parents watching? Probably. I'd imagine. My dad, yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Event number 4 of the PokerGO Cup, an 8-event series. We started with 10K, we're at 15K. Then, Brent, we'll have 3 more 25Ks in the main event, now going to be a $50,000 buy-in.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it down, $50,000 and a dream. And really, the winner of the Cup, Jeff, you and I talked about it, it'll be determined during that final event, that 50K. We're going to have a bunch of front runners, and ultimately that is where the Cup's future will be decided.
Sometimes I would know
A lot of points will be on the line in that 50K. Plenty of points on the line here. This is Jesse Lonis' second cash of the PokerGO Cup. He'll raise it up with the ace-9.
I'd love to hear some of his wife's advice on the hands he's played. That'd be really good.
Cary Katz looks down at 2 10s in the small blind.
He's got a great spot here. Lonis started around 20 bigs.
975.
Rock started around 20 bigs.
That's a TV show. It's a reality show right there.
All in.
There it is.
All of it.
You can just apply maximum pressure and force these guys to actually wake up with a great hand. And Lonis considering ace-9. It's not a bad hand on the
You should
button.
fold. I don't want to bust you on the TV table. Your dad watching. I feel bad.
Cary being honest
You
right
have to
there.
think about it. It's a definite fold. I'll even show you. You'll be very pleased.
Jesse's heard the table talk before, wondering could Cary be trying to sweet talk him into a fold with a bluff? Wow, I'm surprised he's giving ace-9 this much consideration.
Yeah. Does end up laying it down, does see the 2 10s.
At ace-9.
Are you on?
Ace what?
Ace-9.
Ace-9, I can't make
Are you
I guess
on,
I could've
are you on different medication or something? Because I've never seen you this outgoing. And
A lot of caffeine.
it's. I got to rethink how to play against you.
Even last night when it was late, you were tired. You were
I was like,
nonstop.
I
You were
was
just delirious.
I think I was
Chatty
delirious
Catty.
at that point.
Yeah.
I heard it loud. I was just in the zone. The
Katz
clock's still
finished
going.
in 9th in event number 1 and 2nd place in event number 2 to Sean Perry.
I didn't want to get charged more for that. But,
Trying to figure out
You
what
think
to tell
Cary
us.
Katz was
You're
excited when the Georgia
Bulldogs?
Bulldogs won the
Oh,
national
Yeah,
championship this year, Jeff?
he was there?
He was there. He and his wife
Just
Jackie
lucky it wasn't ace-10.
celebrating. No more heartbreak. Finally,
The dogs.
dogs on top.
Blue chips were 5K, purple chips 25,000 apiece.
I thought back to our hand, Jeremy, heads up. When I had,
Oh, yeah?
When I had king nine.
King 9.
I was like, oh, shit.
What I have, ace 7?
Ace 9.
Oh, I had ace 9.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
But we were heads up. Different.
Yeah, yeah. Way different.
That's it.
Way different.
Playing for a lot less money, too. I
Yeah.
guess. I mean, not like that really matters, but.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
It's a walk for Saliba.
I had the exact same hand yesterday when I gave you a walk too.
Really?
Saliba's 2nd straight cash. He finished in 11th place in event number 3. It's been knocking on the door, I would say, in our last few high roller series.
Yeah, it really just feels like he's getting started. I mentioned that he went to the University of Dayton. Not a goaltender, but a goalie. Played soccer for Dayton. That's Division I, Jeff.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
big
real
time.
deal right there. Who's the greatest goalie in U.S. soccer history?
You can't call him a goaltender in soccer?
I think that's more for hockey. I could be wrong.
Oh,
Well,
that's probably fine.
I don't know.
This goaltender, the Tim guy?
I don't watch either of the sports.
Ace 10 for Saliba in the small blind. Ausmus a little more than 20 bigs in the big blind. Want to welcome in our audiences across PokerGO, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Say hello to us in the chat. Thanks so much for being here. If you're on YouTube, Brent, what would you like the good people to do?
I'll tell you what, you've got 2 things you have to do right now if you're watching us on YouTube. First and foremost, subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be coming live every day for the next few days, bringing you PokerGO Cup events. Second, click that thumbs up. You got to like it. We need to hit 500 thumbs up
I slept
in order
good.
to come back
Yeah.
with another free stream tomorrow. So
in.
keep on clicking.
For like 9.
Get us there, and we'll be back.
Tim Howard,
Bill
thank
slept
you,
until
chat.
5.
I was in the gym all morning, you know, pumping iron.
Probably were.
Actually, I was on inventory management. I had to check how many towels I had.
What charity are you playing for? What
Question,
charity do you
let's
play
listen
for?
in to Bill.
Shea Writing Center and Orangewood Academy for foster children.
Okay. What do they do?
I'm in a hand here.
Oh, sorry.
You really are. You're over medicated. You got to calm down. 80 or 85. 85. Thank you.
I was just trying to give your charity a plug.
Well, before I leave, is that what you meant? Before I bust
before
out
you
on
get
that
busted.
hand?
We can jack off.
Shay does therapeutic horse riding.
Of
Actually,
course,
they use
don't worry.
hippotherapy. They call it.
So leave me alone.
And it's used for like, autistic children and learning disabilities.
Okay.
We started a veterans program over the last few years to help with PTSD, which has turned out to be a tougher issue. When you have a 6-year-old autistic child and they have an appointment, you put them in the car and you take them there.
Yeah.
You got a 28-year-old Army veteran and he doesn't want to show up for his appointment. Nobody's putting him in a car and taking him. So it's getting them committed, word of mouth, success stories, therapy, you know.
ShayCenter.org.
Yeah, they're local for us, so we can watch them, we can control it, so their expenses are in line, which is a huge problem with a lot of charity. They all have good causes, but sometimes their operational structure gets out of control.
It's SHEA center.org. Bill playing for them and the Orangewood Foundation, which offers foster and community youth assistance with a variety of services. OrangewoodFoundation.org.
No answer. The answer is no.
Love having Bill Klein here. He represents the poker world very well.
Hard not to root for Bill Klein every time he makes a final table, just knowing that that money is going to such wonderful causes. Jeff, he said the things he cares about the most in life, first and foremost, family at the top of the list, followed by golf, followed closely by poker.
Yeah,
but poker's moving up. It's getting close to golf, he says.
Everything else
So
from business.
last year it was just 200K
Everything else
cash
in
or
life
something.
falls
Year
well
before it was
below
like
all of
3, and
that.
this year it's
But then it'll also be based on, so if you finish in the top 6 and say you finish with like 4,000 points, you're gonna start with 400 bigs. If you're in 6th place and you've got 2,500 points, you're gonna start with 250 bigs.
Wow.
Oh, so
it's gonna
it's
start
like
super
deep
deep.
stack?
Yeah, it's even weighted.
Yeah, so it's like you'll have like pole position if you're like if you're Ali with that huge lead buster, he'd be in pole position.
Oh
for
my
$500,000.
God.
For $500,000.
It's
It's a $500,000 pre-roll.
So
Six, right?
Winner take all.
Top 6. Winner
and is
take
it
all.
winner take all?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Oh my God.
It hasn't been announced.
Yeah,
yet. The press release. Our press team's gonna be pissed at me.
And it's cool because like
Well, Brent said it.
It was announced.
Oh, it was announced.
I think I watched some of the stream yesterday, and
Oh, they've been talking about it.
I think
Okay.
Brent.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
don't
then
think
you're
it's
in
a
trouble.
press
Yeah,
release.
if you know about it, you must
Yeah.
have it
So it's-
somewhere.
Yeah,
Play heads
I
up
heard
for
it on some, not
$500,000.
privately. It was on the
You
stream.
never done that?
Well, I think it'll definitely be a different experience for the viewer because they're going to watch top players play,
Played out.
200 to 300, 400 big blinds deep
Okay.
for 2 days.
That's really cool, actually. Really cool. Way different than this.
Bahamar 25K. Ended up.
Did
Did you hear that, Jeff?
Yeah, this was with
But we played
Multiple
that's why
days
I
of
had 10 to 1
extremely
chip. I had
deep
10
stack
to 1
coverage
chip.
Is
for
it
that
gonna be like
championship
hour
event.
level, or
Probably going to be 3 days.
Probably
Yeah,
a
he
little
won a
faster.
few
Starting
hours
that deep, if you do hour levels, it can take
Awful
forever.
bluff.
Or have
I
you
was like-
nailed that
And
down?
then he
yet?
asked for
I haven't.
7%.
It'll probably be our
And
usual
then,
structure.
I mean, not quite.
Yeah, but it'll
I
start
got
deep.
some back.
3
and I
hours
was like,
level.
all right, can we like?
That's cool.
we
That's
take
going to
a
be
shot?
a unique
And then he
thing.
won
A
the
really
trophy
unique
flip,
thing.
so.
But it is only 6 players.
I didn't get
It
the
wouldn't be the end of the world if
It's
it went to a day 3.
Well, Brent, there it is.
Oh, right. So it's gonna be
Highlights for the
multi-day. Oh, one
PGT.
day.
2 days. 2
Okay.
days. So that's
Two,
why we're gonna.
just two,
We'll probably
possibly
just use
3.
our normal structure.
Top 6 players
That's
qualify
cool.
for
Yeah,
a $500,000
I guess that's
free
why I
roll.
didn't hear
Who
about it,
needs a
'cause
press
haven't
release
really
when I
been
can
announced,
just
I guess.
spoil everything on these streams?
Wait, 80,000.
Saw Lonis give 10-8 suited a little bit of thought. I think he's still adjusting his sort of hand ranges and assigning those sorts of ranges to his opponents.
Wilson will give this a little bit of thought with ace-queen in the
yeah.
big blind.
Inevitable confrontation here. Wilson with a fun stack to start, 24 bigs. Of course, Saliba, our chip leader.
So all your tournament winnings you give to charity.
And
You
we
doing
know that
that?
Wilson
You keep track of your losses
is
doing that?
so
What I do
aware
is-
of
no,
ICM
like,
implications.
actually, if I lose,
Here's
like
the
they
shove.
didn't
Oh
cash
my.
in,
Here's the
then
call. Here we
take
go.
1,000 and match
Brock
that.
Wilson all in and at risk with ace-queen against Justin
I didn't
Saliba's
wanna call.
So you
10s.
do all your winnings plus all your losses.
Yeah,
Is.
because there's no reason the charity should be
10s.
hurt because I didn't play well that day.
Yeah, yeah.
Saliba would take a pretty
significant.
significant chip
Oh,
lead
no.
if the 10s
Do I have 2
hold.
suits?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wilson would jump
I
to
didn't see
second
that
if
all
he
in
gets
there.
there.
Yeah,
Who's got 10s? Okay.
Justin's got 10s.
Stop paying attention.
Queen 9-8. Wilson flops a queen, takes the lead. Saliba flops a gut shot for a jack or a 10. Can't find it on the turn. It is 2 pair for Wilson. And it is Saliba down to 6 outs to bust him. Ricard to 6. And Brock Wilson shoots up the ladder. Now more than 1.9 million in chips, Brent, and he's in second.
Yeah, the rise of the brain. Now 50 big blinds. He has had a knack and a history of coming into these final tables short stacked.
Yeah.
Really never has the chip lead too often, and he actually prides himself on folding
The whole table was written for you,
over
Brock.
and over and over again, understanding that it actually makes money in the long run. He sees what he believes to be too much money going in incorrectly in a lot of these final tables, and he really does believe that he's making more money by folding hands.
It's a pretty likable table we have here.
I like money more.
Such a bright future, Brock Wilson, just a young, rising superstar.
No, there's no villain here.
Great friends with Ali Amshurovich. Talks a lot of poker.
Guy over here is the villain.
Yeah, Bill. Bill Klein's the villain.
What? Excuse me? Okay.
Brock talked to us a bit earlier about his process.
He's the superhero.
That's
just not too results oriented. Wants to make sure he's making the right decision. Runs his hands through a solver, runs his hands by his friends like an Ali Amshurovich. It's about process, process, process. Wants to look at his mistakes, even in pots that he wins. Very bright future ahead for Wilson. Could that future include a PokerGO Cup in 2022? This is his 3rd straight cash. Ausmus opening, Katz calling on the button with the 10-7 suited. Let's go with the ace-8 off. It comes at 9-8-3. Katz with the open ender. Ausmus with the overs and the gutter. Lead here for 125K.
Pretty unorthodox lead here by Ausmus, trying to represent that texture. Obviously 2 overs and a gutter to the nuts. Jeremy trying to figure out exactly what Cary can have. He knows that Katz has an appetite for suited connector sorts of holdings. 10-7 suited obviously makes a lot of sense. Could it ever be a hand like 5-6 suited, 6-7 suited? It could certainly have a solo pair of 8s or 9s. He's going to continue what looks like, Jeff, to try and tell some sort of story on the flop and not hold the phone. He's did the classic count them out, see how much I got left, and decide. You can see he's got 585 behind, 530 in the middle, and all in, as we know, would work. Look at this approach.
He'll lead again for 250,000, about half pot, with the overs with the gutter.
Ausmus is incredibly sneaky and difficult to play against. He has worked so hard on his no-limit hold'em game. Bet flop, bet turn.
I should have just jammed
just queen high, and you can hear Cary
All right.
A little disgruntled.
Look like a
just going to give him the pot.
young man.
Young man.
Of course I am.
Actually is a pretty trustworthy
He
human
is,
being.
Yeah, you know.
One of the good guys.
And he had
for
the
sure.
best hand.
Yeah.
Cary only had 10 high.
Jeremy Ausmus coming off a second place finish yesterday in event number 3. 1 win and 13 cashes on the PGT last year. One of those wins, a bracelet, won the 50K pot limit Omaha high roller, beating Phil Hellmuth heads up to basically close out the series. The series he started with a bracelet win in the 1K COVID relief event.
How much are you playing now, Jeremy?
$1.5, or wait, sorry. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like a little under 1.1.
Yeah, thanks.
1.06 or something.
Jeff Fast in the chat says, who are the bad guys in poker? Well, great question. The overall points leader here at the PokerGO Cup happens to be Sean Perry. And by many accounts, I think folks have started to label him today's supervillain.
You have like 1.1, 1.2.
1.2 to start.
He is. If you haven't watched Sean Perry play, go back and take a look at event number 2.
Oh, yeah.
The final table.
Oh, yeah.
Quite possibly the most entertaining show Jeff and I have ever covered. Sean Perry was front and center there alongside Bryn Kenny. Cary Katz was also at that final table. But yeah, I'd say Perry's probably at the top of the list as far as today's new Bad Boys Club is concerned.
Darla in the chat, am I considered a bad football fan if I'm watching you guys instead of the Pro Bowl? Absolutely not. Pro Bowl's
Nobody should watch
fairly
the Pro
worthless.
Bowl. I love the NFL, and I can't watch the Pro Bowl. That and they snubbed Josh Allen. So.
Oh. How about this from Jimmy Buffett? Says LFG Brock, I bought a piece on Pocket Fives of Brock Wilson.
There we go,
which you
yeah.
can do.
Brock the Brain. You can head on over to pocketfives.com, take a look at their staking portion of the website. And for you folks at home that do not have a PokerGO subscription but would like one, check this out. Sign up using the code SWEAT. And Pocket Fives will put $20 in your Pocket Fives account. Sign up for an annual subscription to PokerGO, get $20 over on Pocket Fives, and you can go ahead. Start buying pieces of your favorite players. Brock Wilson, Daniel Negreanu, Jesse Lonis, Darren Elias. Many more to come. And again, that's promo code SWEAT.
I might jump on there, you know, offer up a little action.
Well, Jeff, I'll tell you what, if you sell it, no one will buy it. That's not true. You've actually done quite a bit of sales over there on Pocket Fives, huh? Giving investors
Great
a shot.
marketplace.
Have you made money for anybody yet?
Well, it's not really about making money. It's about the sweat.
It's
you know?
the experience?
Yeah, it's the overall experience.
Right.
Here, the voice of tournament director Paul Campbell says, raise the blinds, 25K, 50K, 50K, big blind ante. Puts our chip leaders at a little less than 40 bigs. Look at how tight it is with Saliba, Ausmus, and Klein all in that 1.1 to 1.2 range.
50 to call now, guy.
Lonis the short stack. Final 6 guarantee, $58,500. About a 20K pay jump from 6th to 5th.
Not the most talkative final table we've had. That's all right. Event 2, I think, took care of the entire series as far as I'm concerned. I'm dead serious. If you didn't watch event number 2, go find it. It's on PokerGO. I think it's actually still on our YouTube channel as well.
Not Evan, but Cary.
Ausmus with 9s.
Give you a position.
Seriously?
No, I was just letting you know in case you weren't aware.
felt the ace queen was gonna win. I didn't want to say anything, and I wanted 10 to win, but I had 10-8 of hearts, and I'm like, oh man, ace queen's just gotta win now.
Ace king for Klein.
Snapjack on the turn.
10-8 of hearts.
Blind versus blind battle here.
It's for charity.
Believe me,
It's
dude,
all
I
for
have a
charity.
monitor.
Come
You
on,
guys want me
Klein.
to take my dad? I took my dad.
Do it for the kids.
Type player.
I said Brock's gonna wake up with something good right now.
Man, you know it. You know everything.
Especially when I snap there.
You pre-looked at your card.
I mean, when you don't.
Klein just
snap,
calls
snap,
with
I
the
know
ace
I'm not-
king.
Wow.
I know I'm not
Yeah.
bad. I know we have the same
Well,
hand,
that
we have like 10s or 9s.
Is a
but
Klein of a different color. I did not
he
expect
took a
just a
second to
call.
pick
Comes
that.
ace 10 deuce.
Still want the
I
fold.
mean, I was in there pretty quick, but yeah.
Hand
No, I
is
mean, it was
certainly
like-
disguised.
Like, you have ace
He
king,
scared me.
just
He
like-
didn't
Yeah.
look. I hate when people do that.
There's 10s
The worst
right
is when
If I have ace,
they
it would
look
have
at
been
it
ace 20.
before you can know. I got him.
wouldn't.
He just like, I'm dead. Like, every time.
It is, you know, disguised, Jeff, but I realize you're not
I
trying to
don't
get
feel
into
it's
a
aces when
big
they do
coin
that.
flip
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah.
That was.
But ace king,
saw-
blind versus blind, is an absolute
Yeah, it
powerhouse.
was like 130.
Not to mention Ausmus is 2 9s. Clearly a strong holding as well.
Getting hot.
At the moment, Klein
yeah,
could have
breathe with
potentially
it.
cost
Yeah, need to
himself a
get some out.
double up.
Klein, a sneaky check back. 3
can
on
risk
the
the tells.
turn.
Huh?
You can risk the tells.
You guys pick up on anything.
Just do what I do. I mean, I just put the mask on when I get in the hand. I haven't done it today, but it's usually what I do.
No, usually, no, I'm just kind of, I was just in the zone. Usually I got
Jeremy
my
just
headphones
gets
too,
to
though,
sort of
you know.
wear
I
his
pay
hand right on
and,
his
I
forehead.
feel naked.
Yeah, you don't have to
Doesn't
worry
like
about me.
the
I pick up on
texture.
nothing.
Easy check on the flop,
When
again
you're
on the
nervous, you
turn,
don't
keep
need
the
it.
pot small, and he may not be done with it. He
If I
might
ever
give
think
Bill a
someone
little
did
action
something that's
here.
weak, it's never
Sometimes you got to pay him
Yeah,
the money and play sheriff. Just in case Bill's
You're definitely
plan
not
was to
always
bet
wrong,
once,
you
shut
wouldn't
it
sit
down
back.
on the river.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't go based on physicals.
Would Bill ever value
Like, if I
bet a
think,
hand like
oh,
3,
he
4?
looked that way. He's
Probably.
looking away. He must be being deceitful.
You'd have a gutter with a
like,
pair.
Oh, he's bluffing.
I think in the
He
reg,
just saw something over there. That's all that happened.
in the reg fields.
Plenty of hands that Ausmus can still be out in front of. Not the case.
I mean, I think people can pick up stuff on me, but I don't.
River
pick up
brings
anything
another
on anyone,
deuce.
Ever.
600K in this pot.
Stop being humble for the camera. Look at this.
No, I'm
Klein
serious.
for
I'm
sure
not
knows
with that.
he's got a winner now. Let's see if he puts Ausmus in a very difficult spot as played with these 2
Yeah, they're
nines.
looking at
I have luck on my side. I think this is just. I'm just gonna win a lot of flips this 50, so it won't matter.
Nines.
And I think
Klein checks back.
Klein checked it right back.
Pocket
Ausmus
nines and he had ace king.
has to breathe a huge sigh of
Very
relief.
suspicious over there.
As pre-flop, those chips
How did that not get it? How did that not all get? How did that not
probably
get
get
it?
in.
Jesse just got screwed. You just got.
Oh,
Let's take you back to event
My,
number
oh my.
4 of Stairway to Millions. We had Jeremy Ausmus. We had Bill Klein. We had Jesse Lonis. All in the mix. Bill Klein ended up finishing in 6th. Ausmus finished in 4th. Jesse Lonis took 2nd place in that one.
looks like Jeremy's taking the razor to the beard a little bit.
Yeah, he's trimmed it up a little bit.
How do you grow such a
That was the
beautiful
rule.
beard? Yeah, in fact,
was the
how do
rule.
you become so beautiful? I mean, look at Ausmus.
question.
Soak it in. He's 52 years old, folks.
He's
How
not-
do you look like that at
he's-
52? He's basically the Tom Brady of poker.
He's not that old.
It's ridiculous.
Ausmus might think he's on a free roll rest of the way in this
No, he
tournament.
probably does, and he is blessed indeed. I'm not sure what Klein was
nice
thinking, especially on the
Yeah.
river. That was,
You would have never been that soft.
and I think
on
it
me.
was maybe it was that simple, right? Bill said he's a
Oh,
nice
are you
guy.
kidding? I would have jumped over the table, thrown my chips in your face. But that's just me. America's sweetheart.
That was 4-bet shoving.
I had Queen Draco.
I wish you was still a chip later. So you would've-
It is 4.
Look at Brock Wilson's
Three.
battle board presented by GPI THM, his 3rd
So
straight
you're just like
cash.
saying that you're going to 4-bet shove, but you would have actually lucked.
For sure. I just want to let you know not to fuck with
Yeah, no, how your game works.
small talk.
Passes the $4 million mark in career live tournament earnings with a third-place finish or better today.
Unlike most of these young superstars like Brock Wilson, he actually did finish college, believe it or not. Went to the University of Fordham. You ever heard of Fordham?
Make a tight fold.
Yeah, not a great college hoop squad.
Oh, well, one of the worst in the nation, no doubt about it. Do you know what their mascot is?
He had a fold.
Ram?
You nailed it. The
Really?
Fordham Rams, yeah.
Me too.
You've probably never, if you can name one great athlete that's come out of Fordham, I'll give you $100. I don't have $100,
right.
but
It would take
eventually
you a while
I'll
to
give you
pay.
$100. Right. You can't name any.
Get a Diet Coke, cup of ice. No.
I think Brock Wilson might be the greatest athlete to ever come out of Fordham.
Okay, thank you.
Got Ryan DePaulo, the DGen himself, in our chat.
Is that
rooting
right?
for Saliba.
I love that guy. DePaulo, you here with us? YouTube?
DePaulo would get some chips in with the ace-queen of hearts. Bill Klein has the ace-queen of hearts.
Right, 100,000.
Cary loves these types of tickets. Little suited connector. He's even got a little grin on his face whenever he calls. He's just so happy to put the money in C3. He doesn't have to fold. He's got enough chips to do it.
Also
That smirk.
Multi-way with the ace-3 off. Doesn't want to get involved with a weak ace.
Now he hates it.
He's going to love it if he sees Bill Klein's hand. Let's flop top 2. Unfortunately for him, nothing doing for Cary. Oh, you meant Cary hates it now.
Cary hates it.
I thought you meant
Yeah,
Brock
no.
after folding the ace.
No,
Gotcha.
no. Brock's never calling it.
You're supposed to be gone.
I think people are misunderstanding me on YouTube. I said Fordham. Fordham. How you spell it? Not Florida. Crying out loud.
The legend that is one Bill Klein donates all his winnings to charity. He has more than $5.5 million in career live tournament earnings. He is playing today for the Shea Center for Therapeutic Riding, SheaCenter.org, and Orangewood Foundation, OrangewoodFoundation.org. Happy to have him in the mix.
Even online, like, we haven't gotten too many big spots.
No, none, really. I really can't think of any,
You never have to see anything. It's weird.
You heard Ausmus and Lonis chatting a little bit off stage.
Yeah, live, I don't
Lonis said to Ausmus, you should be gone.
Just under 1.1.
Ace-3 for Wilson.
All in.
All of it blind
Whoa.
versus blind.
And Saliba, because of his stack size, I had to look twice. He has about 20 big blinds, which makes sense for Brock Wilson. Shove, apply max pressure. Wilson, our chip leader.
Didn't do the same thing last time. We're like,
The look. Hate the look.
Fat Rodney, are they watching the comments as in commentators?
Even if
Yes,
you
we
have-
are.
Yeah, we're
Says
here,
that's
buddy.
pretty cool. What's up, Fat Rodney?
Like, you know.
I like that
don't
name.
want
Says
Fat
commentators
Rodney.
are doing great. Thank you.
Ace-queen.
Mark Mateo, do commentators play poker for a living? Absolutely not.
Used
I just
to.
mean
That
I
would
was
be a
really lucky,
disaster.
like the
okay, so,
one
Yeah,
to the
Brent played back in the day.
-100th or whatever
Did well,
chance, you must
surprisingly
have
enough.
behind.
so you just warned
That was
me
a
that
different
if you had
time.
Yeah, the game has
Different era.
passed you by.
Oh, long time ago,
No,
yeah.
never slowly, unless it's like a really big spot.
There comes the Ram. Chip leader, the brain. His friends have a different nickname for him. I'm not going to say that one on air. We'll go with Brock the Brain instead.
On.
Probably a good call for your future broadcasting careers. Wilson rips it here on the button with the Jack-6 of hearts. Just max pressure applied to Saliba and Ausmus. So fairly short stack lingering in Lonis.
Yeah, you have a bad morning or what?
It's been a good morning.
He
so
wants to
far.
get into the 25 as fast as possible.
Yeah.
He's had a good morning. That's why he's aggressive.
So why is Jonathan not here? Is he just here in spirit with a patch?
What? Yeah, I just patched up.
He pay you big bucks for that?
No. Well, I mean, like, I work with the site a lot. And,
Yeah. Oh, he's a good
so
guy.
yeah, he's a great guy.
Surprised he's not here.
I think he'll come out in the USPO.
Oh, okay.
Which is coming up
Jaffe?
towards the end of March.
John Little.
Jonathan Little.
Oh, John Little.
His patch is here.
He has 2 young kids now in
Yeah.
New York, so he's traveling less.
Yeah, he was out here a couple last series or the one before. Played like everything.
Yeah, what was
Jonathan Little, I can confirm, will be out here for the U.S. Poker Open
Masters?
Series.
Maybe. Can't remember. Or was he out here for the 50K maybe too?
Yeah, he'll play the
December.
high buy-ins.
Surprised
yeah.
he doesn't want to leave the cold in New York. It's freezing.
Yeah, seriously.
Wilson opens here, King Jack suited for Saliba. About 20 bigs.
All in?
Rips it here.
Are you going to leave your hood down or does the hood go up on you?
If you play the hand, I'll put the hood up.
All right.
If he plays the hand, it's gonna be pretty fucking good. I don't know about it.
It makes a difference. I have a tell one.
It's like 2 or 3 hands. He's gonna
Me and Bill only play hands when I'm.
Yeah, when the hood goes up,
Yeah.
I get out.
Then he
I don't
gets
even look at
reads.
the cards. If he puts the hood up earlier.
What a start it's been for Cary Katz and Brock Wilson. They each have 3 cashes. The only other player to have 3 is Scott Ball. Ball cashed in the first 3 events of the PokerGO Cup. Ausmus, Lonis, Saliba were already on the board as well. Ausmus with a 2nd place finish just yesterday to Jake Daniels.
What did Jake put on one hell of a performance, Jeff? It hit me after the show completed. He eliminated every single opponent at yesterday's final table.
Yeah.
You got me.
Every
Wow.
person knocked him out.
560.
Just steamrolled that thing.
I was waiting for him to.
We were waiting for that.
560. Behind. Plus
Saliba with jacks. Ausmus with 10s.
Yikes. Ladies and gentlemen, we call this a cooler in poker. When big hands collide, when stacks are short and the money must go in.
And these are 2 big hands and 2 relatively short stacks.
I am shivering.
A little icy in the PokerGO studio,
Oh.
as you might say.
Oh,
And Jesse Lonis
my
has aces.
Goodness.
What a spot to look down at the goods.
All in?
560, and you have.
I got 610 total.
5, 6. I have 760. No, 7.
Saliba's hand just way too good. He'll put the chips in with the jacks, and here we go.
Intense. Well, if you're going to be up against an overpair, might as well be 2.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
Ausmus all in and at
I
risk
had
with
one.
10s.
You
Lonis
gotta
all
like-
in
you
and
gotta
at
like
risk with
10.
aces. Saliba with jacks.
Sit
So
back,
many-
enjoy the
No, you
flop,
got
and watch
And
the
then you got
show.
a
Here we
6,
go.
7 diamonds.
8, 9.
Jesse Lonis has to
Bunch of low
hold
diamonds.
here for a massive triple up.
7, 8, 9 of diamonds.
Right.
You'll be a big favorite.
I think just Jesse.
7, 8, 9 diamonds.
Called it off pretty quick.
Except the problem with then he's got the jack.
Yeah.
You're outs.
I never 9.
Yeah.
Oh, Brock
Tens,
saying
ace, queen, ace, king, man.
Yeah, man.
Check your pulse.
Maybe Jack's not good enough.
Share.
10-8-4. Ausmus
Only
flips
two
top
diamonds, though.
set.
Here comes Tom Brady.
Yeah, there's only 2 diamonds. Why can't
Doesn't matter how much he's down, he finds a way to win.
Seriously, you got screwed.
Why aren't we greedy?
I don't think that's possible.
Aren't we the greediest guy in the world all of a sudden?
Yeah, I can't be top.
I'll take the ace of diamonds.
Turn card. 6 of spades. Lonis needs an ace or his day is done.
That would be a pretty wild one.
Saliba needs a jack to bust both Ausmus and Lonis.
Like this is how you win PokerGO Cups.
River card.
This is how you do it.
Is a 5.
Good luck, boys. Hey, Justin.
The effective triple up for Ausmus.
Oh my.
Lonis is eliminated in 6th place. $58,500. That is a brutal way to go.
Jesse's going to have a hard time, I think, reflecting on this moment. I mean, you got to think back to Jeremy Ausmus when he had the 2 9s against Bill Klein, who had ace-king in the big blind. Blind versus blind, somehow
I thought the good
barely
guys
any
always
money
finish
win the
last. What's
middle.
going on here?
He could have been eliminated that hand,
Oh, he was
which led to this.
I preferred last year.
Only in poker, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I think you only need a top 3
You gotta put
finish.
it in,
You'll
right?
be
I don't think
first place.
No, maybe not with you though. You said, right?
Oh.
both just have shared ace, queen, ace, king.
Don't worry about me.
Jeremy has all this.
What a hand. And with that, we have a new chip leader. It is Jeremy Ausmus with almost 2.2 million in chips. Brock Wilson and Cary Katz hovering around the 2 million mark. Then it's Bill Klein about 1.5. Justin Saliba becomes the short stack with about 10 bigs. How the tide has turned here at the PokerGO Cup. And you said it, Cary said it.
I accept that.
Those last couple hands, that could lead to a cup win even for Jeremy Ausmus.
These are the sorts of things that happen, right? I mean, you got to have good fortune on your side and just follows it up with aces.
No way.
I mean, what, can this guy do anything wrong? Nothing.
Is he trying not to burst out laughing? You know him pretty well.
Yeah, right. He knows how ridiculous this is.
Gotta be.
It's got to be. Wow.
Holy cow.
Timing, it's not time.
Somehow,
3.1,
watch one of these guys wake up with kings.
Yeah, but it's ace, king.
Ace, king, jacks, plus.
Just one big blind in this hand. It's
Two
Katz
chip
with the
leader,
queen
Yeah,
deuce.
I'll tell you what, he'll show this, right?
Yeah.
You got to flip this one over.
So Billy, you got to tell a story about
Wow.
your World Series of Poker table, where you were the youngest guy at the table.
Oh, I played the senior event, and
I'm just doing so
an
now.
hour into the
I
thing,
don't
I
know,
make a
I don't
bluff and
think
I show the
it's-
hand, and some guy at the other table goes, "Nice hand, kid." And I look up and I realize I was
Ausmus can
literally
just-
the youngest
Ausmus
person at
just
the table, including the dealer.
You do really well.
I've never been more freaked out in my life.
Average age was like 88.
Yeah, I mean, every hand took about 8 seconds. I mean,
That's good. That is weird. Why is that the only thing that gets faster when you get older as your poker
well,
player?
because it's shorter to the end of your life. I mean, all of a sudden, every minute at the end of your life means more than it did.
That's a
when you
good
were
point.
20.
It's actually probably true.
Yeah. Some kids say, "Boy, you play fast." And I go, "You're 25. You're going to live to be 100. You have 75 more years. I'm 70. I may live to be 85. I got 15. So every minute of mine is worth 6 minutes of yours." Yeah.
So Brock's cost you a lot of your life.
Sometimes especially before the shot clock, I'd go. I would say something like, you know, what would I pay to get these 3 minutes back at the end of my life?
That's fair.
A lot of money.
Unless you're in a lot of pain.
What is it, 400?
Saliba in for most of it.
Yeah, unless you're in a lot of pain.
All right, Brock. Take it.
Just act quickly, kid. Come on, you heard Bill's story. You're killing your father, Larry.
Yeah. It was probably the exact opposite of a poker face. As soon as he looked up, you knew, he ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
As soon as he looked up, no, he's not doing anything.
You've heard Wilson continuing the discussion with Saliba about the jacks, and Wilson saying perhaps it's pretty borderline.
The hand was so chaotic, I didn't really, there wasn't an appropriate time to jump in, but I think Brock really made a valid point. I mean, think about the action that unfolded. Even the physical tells that you could pick up off Jesse. When you rewind and you go back and look, watch his face. He looks down at his cards, his eyebrows shoot straight up. He kind of pops up in his chair and just quickly moves it in. That's a premium all day. I don't know if Jax does very well in that spot. It might be a fold.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tight in that spot, hoping for an Ausmus elimination, hoping for a ladder.
How much do you have?
But in fairness to Saliba, with stacks that shallow,
it is difficult, but you know, what hands are you still beating against two other opponents who clearly have, you know, sort of the top end of their range? You know, Jeremy's never going to show up with worse than 8s plus. Yeah, you got 9s and 10s beat when you're holding 2 jacks. And it's going to be a lot of ace-jack suited, ace-queen, ace-king.
All the Broadway suited.
But then another opponent goes in. It has to be easier to simply start eliminating hands.
And as Wilson said, Lonis could very well fold 9s there.
How can you keep playing World Series events? It's so slow.
Because I pull out my phone, I sit down, I go, hi everybody, I'm Bill Klein. After a minute and a half, I'm going to call the floor. Yeah. I'm telling you right now. I put the phone on right there.
Love that.
Every time somebody...
Oh, so you have your own clock?
I have my own clock. I said, I tell you up front, I'm not telling you in the middle of a hand.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, they should have time clocks in all events.
Well, it is ridiculous. I love to hear that Bill does that. He announces it to the table. He's going to start calling the floor. Some of these final tables, some of these, not even final tables, some of these events, and I'm not talking about just inside the PokerGO studio. In fact, I think typically the pace of play can be a little bit faster here.
And we have the shot clock here.
And we do have a shot clock. But from my experiences playing at last year's World Series of Poker, some other events,
it's weird. It's always the guys who
unbearable.
They play like 10, they play 10 tables at a time online.
Some players are. Live, I mean, it honestly makes me want to stop playing and just get up, leave the table.
Well, that's pretty much what you did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I just
you just got up and left the table.
And it worked. If they're trying to tilt me, you know, it worked.
You almost killed poker for 25% of the people. I almost quit playing.
Yeah, that was before shot clocks, right?
Yeah.
Who did?
Byron was the inspiration. He was the inspiration for the time clock.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It does really hurt the game, especially think about an amateur coming to play the World Series for his or her first time, sitting down all excited, and it takes, you know, 4 minutes every hand.
That's why you're making much better decisions.
Not overthinking.
Going with those first instincts.
Going with his gut.
Yeah.
I mean, I got heated at the main event final table. There were spots where I just thought, what are we doing here? And, you know, poor Norman Chad, he voiced it publicly on his Twitter account, which he might want to delete at some point. But, you know, he was right with a lot of what he said, and he took a lot of heat. I agreed with very much many of the things that he said.
And somebody who plays fast, we're not saying don't take your time on a big spot. When they play at a decent speed, you're more willing to give them more time in a big spot.
Right.
You respect the way they've played so far.
Well, listen, I'll call out Sean Perry right now, or not Sean Perry, Sean Winter, excuse me, right now. When we did event number, was it yesterday, 3? I don't know what he was doing.
That's very strange.
If he didn't have the most ridiculous eyes and facial expressions, I don't think I wouldn't. I'd be able to tolerate it a little bit more, but.
Seems like the chat across all platforms agrees with us.
Oh, the unnecessary Hollywooding. You know, like
that's the worst.
You've got King Deuce off.
That's the worst.
You have no intent of putting money in the middle. Just throw your damn hand in the muck. Let's move on.
Very results-oriented.
Unless you're heads up with Brent, when King Deuce off is probably the nuts.
Could be the goods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Justin?
Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Midwest.
Ohio State fan?
No.
Cincinnati fan?
University of Dayton.
Cary, he's from Dayton.
Dayton.
My parents
Dayton,
both
Cary.
worked there, and then I went
Dayton's
there.
had some good hoop
Almost
squads.
Ooh, have they ever? Obi Toppin? You
Yeah,
kidding me?
Obi.
Played soccer there.
Freak athlete.
We were like big
Gonna let one
basketball
go.
fans for UD and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Dayton's always been a very good program in the Atlantic 10, which, by the way, happens to be
We weren't allowed to
the
root
same
for
division that Fordham is in, where Brock went.
Yep. And
And
football,
my
I mean,
beloved
you guys don't even
St.
have football.
Bonaventure
Comparison to Auburn.
Bonnies,
There we
baby.
go.
That's the other thing. So we
So
grew
that's
up
your
like
other team.
SEC, yeah, Auburn fan.
Yeah, they're a disaster right now.
Auburn?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a mess.
I don't follow it a ton, but I was seeing that there
Just
was
don't think. I think that it looks like they're.
they're a
it
disaster
looks like
football-wise,
the head coach
but
there. You get
a walk
Auburn's
last time.
basketball
Yeah.
squad.
Number one in the
He
nation.
You're a
did.
Georgia
I
fan.
returned the favor
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah, we're getting it
Fair.
done.
That was
Yeah,
sick.
kept me in,
man.
and,
That's
fun.
fun.
I
And
tripled.
then he tripled up.
I mean, I should have folded like a lot of hands there.
Meanwhile, Cary did not recognize or fail to mention that
It's only right.
Georgia's basketball team is about as good as Auburn's football team.
Although somehow they almost beat
I saw
Auburn
that,
yesterday.
yeah, and they were down like 20 and made a comeback. Yeah, I saw that. Don't think that LFA watches too much college hoops, unless the Bulldogs are any good.
Ace King 8. Pair of kings for Katz. Check call. Another ace on the turn. Perhaps making Katz a little more comfortable. His holding.
Brock taking his sweet old time here. This is a different situation, right? He's questioning it. How often, if he does try and bet, I mean, think about what he's trying to rep. It's going to be ace-X. How often does Cary ever consider folding a king here, but then again by the river? So if Brock's plan right now is to fire, which he just did, you have to imagine it'll be once again to bet on the river in hopes of blowing Katz off of a king or possibly an 8. You can see Cary. He's not thrilled about it, the spot he's in right now. He knows that he's going to have to guess on the river. There is a chance that maybe Brock shuts it down. And look at this. That's beautiful stuff by Mr. Wilson. That is playing a lot of hands against Cary Katz and understanding that
Not a big shower.
Yeah.
he'll fold in those spots when he's put to the test. Beautiful bluff by Mr. Wilson.
Brock Wilson back into the chip lead. Ausmus in second, Katz in third.
The 25? Yeah, it's kind of small.
Wilson last year had 1 win and 11 cashes on the PGT for more than $1.3 million.
Looks like there's some other people playing.
You have like almost 2 million.
I think more. So I think I have 2.3.
2.3.
Won a
I got
10K
you
event
covered,
at the
so-
Poker
You
Masters.
Got to be careful.
Yeah, the scary part about a kid like Brock Wilson, he's 26.
Yeah.
Hoping that would stop
He will
the
only
flow.
continue to get better and better.
Almost.
You didn't think your speech play would do
Uh,
it?
you know, the longer he plays. And I'm not
pretty good
saying
there.
that from a
Intimidating.
fundamental perspective. I'm just saying that
Scared
his
me.
instincts, his feel at the table, that comfort level will continue to improve and increase. It'll make him so difficult to play against over the next 5 to 10 years.
Katz with 30 bigs and with 8s calls out of the small blind.
Cary, what these stacks? Isn't there a rule like they got to be in 20s? How much is that?
Are you gonna?
Didn't you write a
Those
rule?
are 20. Those are 25s.
25. So what is that?
50 times 25, 1.25, 1.3, 1.4.
Thanks.
Jack 6 deuce. Katz's 8s are best.
Yeah, and Katz does have a tendency to put his chip stacks in strange sizes. It can tilt players from time to time. I think Ausmus wasn't really annoyed. He just wanted an accurate count.
Just wanted to know. Turn is an ace. Broadway draw for Ausmus, and maybe the green light to keep firing here with king high.
This is really a beautiful card for Ausmus to want to consider two-barreling. He has the majority of ace-X's here. Obviously, even if he gets called somehow on the turn, which he won't, he can just never be dead as he's drawn to the nuts, and that's it. Hand over.
Yeah, snap fold to regain
265.
the chip lead.
Thank you.
Great bluff by Ausmus. Katz handcuffed by that board.
We want to remind you that a new season of high stakes poker premieres February 21st on PokerGO. It features Doyle Brunson, Daniel Negreanu, Phil Ivey, and more, and you can watch it all on PokerGO. So subscribe now so you don't miss an episode. Use the code CUP22 to get a new annual subscription for less than $7 a month. CUP22 at PokerGO.com.
I'll tell you what, that new season is going to be absolutely electric.
You were here for the
I was here. I
episodes
watched
taking place.
every single day that we filmed live. My goodness. Bryn Kenny played. Garrett Adelstein played.
Oh.
Ivy, Negreanu, Doyle rocking the most sort of like, I don't even know how to describe these aviators that he had on his head.
Klein lining up a 3-bet with the 8s.
Right.
Love the sizing here. 3.5x over the open, and uh-oh.
Katz wakes up with jacks on the button.
Yeah, this is, Katz not in love with this spot. I mean, that face is honest. It's telling everything you need to know. Klein typically 3-betting on a tighter range. How often is it 8s, 9s, 10s? Does he ever flat those hands? He's very concerned about the sort of hand that Bill Klein is 3-betting with. And there it is. That's a grimace, and it is truthful.
Take 2.
The other difficulty here for Cary Katz is that Justin Saliba is our ultimate short stack with less than 10 big blinds. He may ultimately decide to just avoid this spot entirely, and I wouldn't blame him.
About a 20K difference between.
Let's get some additional blood in here. Give Jeremy a shot.
And he's going to
Fifth
talk
and
his way
fourth.
into a call. How about this? Hefe is definitely one of the masters of speech play.
Yeah.
And Saliba really doesn't have a decision. I think what he's looking at maybe is the clock that is running. He's in the big blind. He knows he can take a little bit of time. He's trying to get out of the blinds
10 seconds.
and into that next level. I don't love this part of the game, but I get it.
Ausmus out of the way, so it's Klein and Katz heads up.
Oh,
Jack 8-7. A set of 8s for Klein, but a set of jacks for Cary Katz.
oh, this is ridiculous. My goodness.
I'm all in.
Call.
The all-in, the call, the reveal.
Wow.
Wow. Jeez. Wow. That's wild.
That one is absurd.
I deuce 3. I go into the button.
Oh, you're a good actor.
I tried to make it very clear I wasn't actually.
Yeah, I thought he actually had like a little decision.
Yeah, you fooled us.
I was trying to be as emotional as possible. Shit.
Klein needs an 8.
5 minutes later, we'll see who wins the hand.
Can't find it on the turn. He'll need the 8 of diamonds on the river, or else he's down to 3 big blinds. And Katz would be back into the chip lead. Ace on the river. Katz up to almost 2.9 million.
I don't think that'd be.
Another sick and twisted cooler here at this final table. How about Klein just open ripping all in with middle set? He knew Cary had a very big hand.
Yeah.
Obviously, he didn't think it could be top set. I think he was hoping to be up against 2 queens, 2 kings, maybe even 2 aces.
It's
970.
970.
Oh, it is. No, you're right. You're right. Wow.
Can't fault him for being frustrated here. How about these reactions? Look at Wilson over there. Cary can't believe what he's seeing.
Are we playing this one, Paul?
Yeah.
If you guys like what you're seeing thus far here at this final table, and you're tuning in on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, make sure you subscribe and, of course, hit that thumbs up and like button.
We taking a bathroom break?
On our YouTube channel, we got to get to 500 thumbs up. Otherwise, we can't come back tomorrow. Please start clicking away. We want to bring you another free show tomorrow here at the PokerGO Cup.
So again, just to confirm, if we get to 500, the show tomorrow, the complete final table coverage.
Complete final table
on YouTube.
Yeah, we're not doing that whole hour for free and then PokerGO. No, we're doing it all, baby. But we got to get to 500.
Okay, so they're going to take a quick break, but we are going to keep it here as we take a look at the leaderboard, and it now has Cary Katz's name on top. Once again, he's the chip leader with more than 2.8 million in chips. Ausmus in second with 2.5 million. Brock Wilson in third, and Brent, how about this dynamic with Saliba and Klein as the super short stacks?
Yeah, they're just going to try and ladder each other out and try and move up the money. That's all you can do.
Our final 5 guaranteed $78,000. About a 20K pay jump from 5th to 4th. Up top, $263,250 and 263 points in the race for the cup, which has just about reached its halfway point. We move to the 25K price point with event number 5. So let's take you out into the field for this 25K buy-in. You see Jake Daniels, you see Daniel Negreanu, the defending PokerGO Cup champion, who again, Brent, has chips.
Yeah, every single event thus far, he has built it up to a minimum of 400,000 chips. He's done it again here today. He said it's just a matter of time. He keeps knocking on the door. How about this, too? Through 4 events, he has only had 1 single rebuy. That's it.
Certainly the leader in hours played without a cash. That would be Daniel Negreanu.
Yeah.
Jake Daniels coming off a win in event number 3, takes down that pot.
Jake Daniels is very impressive. He's certainly a bit of an amateur or business recreational player, if you will, but boy, does he play a ton of high-stakes poker, and I think his skill set with those hole cards revealed, he's more of a pro, if you ask me.
Jake Schindler has 3 cashes at the PokerGO Cup. I misspoke earlier when I said it was just Ball and Katz and Wilson. Schindler also on that list. So he finished in 10th place late last night in event number 4.
And I see the mullet of Chris Brewer right here. Now, Bill Klein calls him Eric Webster. I'm not familiar with
Bill
Eric
Klein will
Webster.
not acknowledge Brewer's presence. Fun little rivalry that those two have. So we see a Jack 10-9 rainbow flop. Love this outer table coverage. Schindler versus Negreanu.
Yeah, this is outstanding. I love this as well. And by the way, I also love our streams on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Thank you guys so much. We did it. We're coming back for sure tomorrow. Already up over 600.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
Thank you guys so much. Our next goal, we're trying to hit 225,000 subscribers over on our YouTube channel. We are oh so close to that. If you could help us out, greatly appreciative.
Schindler bets and wins a small pot.
James Mendoza, what's up, man? Out of Texas. How we doing?
Some tough table draws in this $25,000 buy-in. Let's check out another one. See Nick Schulman, Darren Elias, Sergey Rushak, Seth Davies, Sean Winter. It's just a stacked field.
Mark Ivan, what kind of delay are we on? Oh, we're about, I'd say 45 minutes or so. Here's a great shot of another table. How about Nick Schulman there? Is he the coolest guy in poker? I think he's got to be, right?
Probably.
Just swag. Sergey Rushak there. There's Sean Winter taking his sweet old time.
Not in this hand. This is between Elias and Davies. Jesse Lonis has arrived, coming off a 6th place finish in event number 4. Told us he was gonna see how he feels.
I'd say he feels pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Hopping in. There's Big Brisket, always hunched over, deep in thought, involved in another big pot. Darren Elias, 4-time WPT champion.
Bonus coverage of event number 5 will feature the final table tomorrow. You can always catch the live updates on pgt.com. Tim Duckworth and Keegan doing an outstanding job.
Matthew Race, will we see Nick commentating? Not for this series, however. Super High Roller Bowl, I believe, coming up in May. Definitely going to have Nick in that.
Nice. So again, our players at the event 4 final table are on a quick break. Thought we'd showcase some outer table coverage, which Brent and I absolutely love. Time bank being used by Elias.
What do we got here?
Jack 6, 5, 6, 2 spades on the flop.
Seth can have all the 6s, right?
Pretty sizable pot for this point in
Really
the
is.
tournament. It's like about 50,000 in the middle. Starting stack is 150,000. The next 3 events of the PokerGO Cup will be $25,000 buy-ins. Our main event, event number 8, will be a $50K.
Mendoza, would you guys ever consider coming to Texas to do live streams? Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
We've actually done that, man. We came down, Jeff and I, to Champions. We did their series and main event.
Elias says all of it.
Yeah, playing for all of it, indeed. Looks to me like Davies must have possibly a jack or maybe a hand like pocket 10s.
93. Yeah. That was on like 10 seconds. Yeah, good.
What is Elias repping here? Could he have 2 queens, kings, aces? Possibly rivered 9s full. Did he get lucky with a 6 somehow? Or is he bluffing? There go the hands.
Elias picks up a nice pot.
Yeah.
Elias with 164 points. The race for the PokerGO Cup that currently puts him in 6th in the series standings. Nick Petrangelo has arrived at the PokerGO Cup after winning back-to-back events at Stairway to Millions.
35.
I haven't seen Sovril upper right behind Nick's head play a pot. He's been leaning down looking at his phone this whole time.
Sovril finished in 10th place in event number 2. That's all he has on the board at the Cup.
Naomi Lixis. Hanks wins the heads-up championship coming. That's coming towards the end of April. We'll have more details on that soon to be released by our PR team. Maybe I shouldn't spoil that one.
Yeah, you
like I've spoiled everything else.
might have gotten yourself in some trouble.
No, never.
No.
But yeah, that'll be right around 420.
Petrangelo defends versus Alex Foxen's open.
Well, Brock made you make a little extra.
Bet and take it, and back here
I might have
at the
said
final table is
Making
looks
Bill
like Bill
wait.
Klein is all in.
Oh my!
Since, well, I guess 1 year.
Called by Katz, who has ace queen.
Not that long.
And Ausmus has 10s.
That's a big raise. Oh.
Lines have gone up 30K, 60K with a 60K big blind ante.
This is slightly awkward. Ausmus and Cary Katz right around the 40 to 50 big blind mark.
Ausmus makes it 685.
Probably got the same hand. Should be good for Bill, I guess.
And Katz just lets go of the ace queen.
Tens? What'd you raise?
I'm not standing up.
You're not doing it?
I'm not standing up.
Not standing
You
up.
don't need to stand. It's a bunch of low stuff
You
out
better
there.
get security here because you're going to have to drag me. Kicking and screaming.
You got carry king jack.
So wild.
Carry better than King
I
Jack.
don't want to say what I had. Okay,
Oh.
I had ace queen. I don't mind saying it.
Comes
No.
ace 6-3, aces and threes for Klein.
Not a Bill. Not a good flop.
Deuce on the turn, safe turn card for Klein, who just doesn't want to see a 10. He's found a triple up.
That's why I don't stand up.
Yeah.
Boy, and Cary Katz had ace queen there. Also with that queen of spades, look at that dirty river card. It could have been. Bill Klein saved by Jeremy Ausmus, putting in that extra raise with the
Give me
two
back
tens.
the
And he has added life now. Saliba, the short stack. You think he was sweating that pretty hard,
Oh, yeah.
Jeff?
I think everybody in the world was rooting for Bill Klein except for Justin Saliba.
Yeah.
So there's about a 20K pay jump from 5th to
Who has
4th.
more fun than me? Oh, buddy. You got to be nervous because I think I got you covered. You thought
Yeah,
I
covered.
Yeah, I don't know who cared more in that hand, Ausmus or Justin.
Ausmus just says all of it.
And another one of those weird big blind ante things again.
Katz, Ausmus, and Wilson have about 90% of the chips in play. Klein and Saliba the remainder.
Give you a little update right now. The event number 5, the 25K that we were just looking at, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's up to 23 runners.
Oh, nice.
Already early on. How about this? Current chip leader.
Yeah.
Daniel Negreanu.
Oh, there we go.
He's
chips
there.
again.
He is on top of the leaderboard once more. See if he can actually make a final table this time.
King 5 of clubs for Saliba. 6 bigs.
You didn't think tens were going to get through twice, did you?
I know. I kind of did. I thought it might be my new lucky hand. You know, especially if he folded an ace.
A little tricky perhaps with Klein. Is another very short stack. Klein might be more willing to get the chips in.
Yeah, especially if it were folded to him in the small blind, which it just happened. Let's see, King 4 is just going to let it go. He just folds King 4, and you can see had he shoved, he would have picked up the pot from Cary Katz. Klein says not good enough. Screw it, kid. I got the button next. I'll wait.
Yep.
Watch you get eliminated.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's because you're definitely not going to shove like King 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Ausmus opens here with the ace-3 off. King 10 for Wilson. He'll defend.
Oh. Heads up.
King 5-4.
Check.
Kings for Wilson. Wheel draw for Ausmus.
Sort of a slobber knocker for Wilson, having that King of Hearts in his hand as well. Just can immediately rule out Ausmus from ever having that big of a hand. Curious to see how he decides to navigate. Does he simply just call, or does he ever decide to check raise, given the dynamics here? He and Ausmus essentially neck and neck with chips.
Does check call.
Yeah, he thinks his hand is just way too good. He can sort of trap in a way.
Ausmus now with the open ender.
Check.
Wilson does have to be concerned about 7-8 suited, and that's about it that I think Ausmus would open. Maybe 5-6 suited as well. That would have made a 2-pair. Otherwise, he realizes that Ausmus just has a lot of air. Can certainly include the wheel variety, ace deuce, ace 3.
8 of hearts on the river.
Yeah, and considering the run out as well, Ausmus not thrilled. Brock the Brain can easily have a straight here. Defending from the big blind. He just wins this thing 100% of the time.
Still curious as to Wilson's approach here. We know Ausmus doesn't really have anything going.
Yeah. If he does try and seek value, what is he targeting? A lot of times you'll see the stone blocker bet where he'll just bet the minimum to induce.
Goes pretty small with that blocker bet that you mentioned, 80,000.
It's just a waiting game, right? These guys are trying to play a little small ball while Klein and Saliba are both super short, hovering around the 6 big blind mark. And now we've got Saliba in the big blind, so he is going to be fairly committed to this pot already.
Queen 8 of diamonds for Katz on the button.
Ooh, that's large sizing.
Pretty healthy. Wilson has king, queen of hearts.
Maybe Cary just, perhaps the reasoning to do this, to force Brock to only 3-bet or come along for the ride whenever he has a truly good hand, while also pricing in himself whenever Saliba wakes up and moves it all in pre-flop, right? He just has to call with queen 8 suited.
On.
Wow.
Wilson just rips it in there with the king, queen suited. And that'll get through.
You're getting 3 to 1. Gotta call that one.
Me?
Yeah.
Got my heart pumping.
Nines?
If you snap those.
Oh, true.
Ace king out for sure.
Huh? I think he had nines.
Is that the hand?
Wilson back to the chip lead.
Not ace king?
Pretty good hand, obviously.
All right, I have 4 bigs.
Brock Wilson told us he's more and more comfortable every time he walks into the PokerGO studio.
Yeah, and
Able
that's
to
a
see
problem
that.
for the field. When these young guns get more and more comfortable, their instincts, that intuition, combined with their skill set from all the years of solving and practicing and seeing the outputs from the sims that they run, that is that's a recipe for absolute success and domination.
140,000.
Opens here. Saliba with ace king.
Just a beautiful spot
Yes.
for Saliba. Looking to get it in pure.
Started the hand with 4 bigs.
Any minute now, he's going to put it in. I know it.
220.
Just about all of it.
All in.
The all in, the call. Here we go.
Wow.
Ace king for Justin Saliba, who's all in
I
at
actually
risk.
don't really care.
Wilson has the ace
Good
jack.
talk, Brock.
Running the one, it might as well be for, for
4
blinds.
bigs. Yeah.
It's 220?
240 total.
Oh God, I actually do care then.
I thought 220 would have been fun if Jeremy ever put in all of his chips.
Queen, queen 4.
Chop it up.
Some chop outs have presented themselves.
I don't
I'm
think
feeling a little bit greedy, honestly.
You know. Yeah, take it.
Saliba, of course, wants the outright
Come on,
win.
hurt me now. There it is.
The turn is a jack.
Oh my.
Should have said yes to the chop.
Yeah.
And now it's Saliba who needs help. 9 outs
Ace,
for
king,
him.
10.
Brock sent him.
Ace is a fun one.
That would be.
Needs an ace, a king, or a 10.
There's
There's a 4 on the
Good
river.
luck.
Good game.
Yeah, Justin.
And that does it for Justin Saliba.
Good game, okay.
Out in 5th, $78,000, 78 more
Jeremy
points
Bill,
for him in the
good luck,
race
guys.
for the cup.
Yeah, another fine showing. Continues to pile up final tables here inside the
Good
studio.
luck over there.
Fresh face on the PGT. Another one of those young guys,
Not as
26
good as-
years old,
Nothing
just
to
like Brock Wilson. Future is bright.
9.
I king.
sound like it.
I king. which
That's good shape.
might be a little dicey, but you know.
I had a suited queen.
Okay. Wow, you dominated.
Yeah, that's bad shape.
Well, the Shea Center thanks you.
I was just going to say a $19,500 jump for Bill Klein and the Shea Center for Therapeutic Riding and Orangewood Foundation, who Klein is playing for today. That's got to make everybody happy.
Of course. Hope they're tuning in and enjoying the show.
Check out SheaCenter.org and OrangewoodFoundation.org for more on those two organizations. Good time for Klein to look down at Ace King.
All in.
How much is it? I don't know.
It's a little less than
345.
6 bigs. Cary's not letting go of the Ace-5 of diamonds.
You definitely had.
Klein all in and at risk with Ace-King.
Ace King hasn't fared well at this table, though.
Then it's due, isn't
It
it?
is definitely due.
All right.
Good point.
Just thought I'd put that in.
Playing mind games with me?
Dangerous. 8-3 deuce. Wheel draw is there for Katz.
inside
Backdoor
straight.
diamonds are also there.
Not running diamonds.
Turn card. It's another 8.
I'll take a chop.
They would chop it up with a 3
Not
or a
greedy.
deuce. Katz wins outright with a 5 or a 4. River is a
Ouch.
queen. It's a safe river for Bill
Nice
Klein, who's up to 780,000 in
Now we're
chips.
For the kids,
Yeah.
Shea Center is erupting right now.
And I'll take an extra time extension. Thank you.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Klein up to 780,000 in chips, still in 4th by a fairly significant margin. Katz and Ausmus effectively tied for 2nd. Everybody looks up at Brock Wilson, who's in 1st with almost 3.2 million in chips.
You see the numbers there, how they're ordered, 1 through 4. Wilson 1, Katz 2, Ausmus 3, Klein 4. Let us know in the chat who you're rooting for. Type them in.
Just by a number?
I just want the number.
Can they type the name?
I know the number. No, well, or the name's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I was trying to save them time.
It's just a limp.
I actually had to look at that.
Ausmus opens with the queen 10. Katz with ace-jack here in the big blind. Starting the hand with about 35 bigs. Ausmus a little less. Katz flings in a call.
Let's see if I can win my first hand against you.
I don't know. Let's
You're
hope
crushing
not.
me today. I don't know, it's looking more like your range than mine. I better
8-6-4
check.
rainbow.
Yeah, typically that is the opposite scenario. That board should favor Cary in the big blind. Sort of hand I think he could have 3-bet pre-flop, applied some pressure to Jeremy Ausmus, who has now just turned to queen and way out in front. Time to eke a little value, baby.
With Ausmus and Katz making the Final Four, that ensures that we will have a new leader in the race for the PokerGO Cup after this day is done. Could be Katz, could be Ausmus, could be Wilson, depending on how this plays out. Ausmus bets, Ausmus wins.
Check, check, flop.
Yep.
Let me ask you a very serious question, Jeff,
I'm sure this will be very serious.
as well as the chat, really, because
Okay.
that's who I'm looking to do a survey here.
Okay,
A
great.
poll. It's pizza night in the Hanks household.
Oh, congrats. I'm
Okay,
very
it's pizza
jealous.
night. We love,
Yeah.
yeah, big pizza guy.
Domino's.
Yeah. Now we order a nice pie. I'm
Oh,
not doing
Domino's
the
is
I'm
great.
not doing the
You
Domino.
had Pizza Hut stuffed crust?
I'm
It's
not doing that.
tremendous.
I'm ordering a. Let's watch this.
Okay,
hand.
Ausmus
I'm
with
gonna
the
get
ace,
back
queen
to
of
this in a
spades.
moment.
Please do. This hand's too pretty to ignore.
The hand, the person, everything. Whatever Ausmus does is pretty.
Ace queen suited is like the dominoes of poker.
Oh,
Because it's so nice.
How much do you start with, do you know?
The dominoes of poker. I mean,
That's
what?
Good. Ever
What
since
is
they
wrong?
improved the crust, it's just tremendous.
Do you actually think it's better than?
0.1, 2.2.
Is that the best
Okay,
fast
thank you.
food pizza chain for you? Is Domino's?
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
What beats it?
Wow.
No free ads.
Anyway, back to the no free ads.
Also with King 10.
Can we delete this?
Fix it in post?
Call. Heads up.
So Wilson will again defend the King 10 in the big blind against Ausmus is open. It comes Ace 5-5.
All right, we're not going to see a lot of fireworks here. Beautiful stuff for Ausmus. Way ahead, way behind sort of scenario for Jeremy. Let's see if he decides to come with a very small bet or perhaps knuckle back, understanding that he's just crushed any time that Wilson has a 5. There it is, 100K. Wilson understanding that he should have all of the 5s, meaning himself. And also just the power of King High, perhaps a non-believer for the times that Ausmus could have a hand like 9-10 suited, 8-9 suited. Plenty of hands that King High would be ahead of. And this board all of a sudden makes things very, very interesting.
That's another 5 pops up.
So it's a perfect card for Ausmus. Essentially guaranteeing himself at least one more street of value, whether he bets here on the turn. I don't think Wilson is going to fold a king. Or if he gets cheeky and checks behind, there's the bet.
Bold.
Wow.
Nice quick laydown.
Very quick, yeah.
Wilson.
Beautiful. Anyway, back to pizza.
Yes, please.
I guess I'll start with the first one. I've got a 2-part question now. Before
Okay.
it was 1. This is for the chat. You've got 3 choices: Domino's, Pizza Hut, or Papa John's. Go. Type it in. And I'm going to count this very carefully. And whatever wins, Jeff, that's who you have to order from next time.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay?
Fair.
Second part, I'm going to wait on the results for part 1, but I have a second part.
Okay, great. We look forward to that.
I know you do. And this is very important for me. I'm going to wait.
Wilson with queens in the small blind. There's the 3-bet. 400K. 425, excuse me.
You do one of your bullshit raises. All right, take it.
All right, so it's a very quick poll. I know that the results are still coming in. I think I got Papa John's by a small margin based on those results.
It's very
Jeff.
close.
Yeah, you can go back and count them if you want.
No, I'm good.
We'll just declare Papa the winner. It was close. Domino's, I think, was second. Little Caesars wasn't even an option, but some people put it in anyway.
Oh, no, way out there. No, all due respect.
I need the answer to this question. I'll make it short and sweet. You're going to get a pizza. You got cheese, pepperoni. You have one more topping that you can add to your pizza, one and only one.
Okay.
What is that topping? Jeff, I'm coming to you first. Go.
I'm going to decline the option and just have cheese, maybe some pepperoni.
Why did I even come to you first? You have cheese, pepperoni, and one more topping.
Going to pass and blank.
Chat,
Not even going to click
please.
anything else.
This is a very big item for tonight. I want the sausage. My wife wants something else, which is, well, doesn't sound great for me. But
not a surprise.
Not a surprise. What's the other one? Well, some good answers coming in here. Okay, I'll take it. I'm seeing a lot of sausage and bacon.
Yeah.
I like mushrooms, black olives, ground beef. What?
Oh.
Ground beef?
That actually doesn't sound terrible.
The two of you can get your own pizza then.
PokerGO says pineapple. I like
pineapple.
You like pineapple on pizza?
No, I like pineapple in general. I'm not putting it on a pizza.
Yeah, I think it belongs on a
What
pizza.
the heck is wrong with everybody? Why did I even ask? Banana. Banana.
Banana.
That's it. That's all. That was all the pizza talk I had. But I do thank you for the.
You're welcome.
The help on this.
You're very welcome.
I think sausage
welcome.
is the winner. A lot of people out there agree.
So, is that what you're going to tell the family?
I'm going to say that the chat decided it had to be sausage.
So that's what it's going to be.
My wife's going to get sausage on her pizza.
Right. You a jalapeno guy?
I like jalapeno. I do. I'm a big. I like spicy stuff.
80,000.
Yeah. I would do it. I would put the jalapeno on the pizza if anyone else enjoyed it. Nobody else likes it. What's the perfect beverage to wash down your slice of pizza with,
Oh, I got you here. Bottled water.
Oh, a little too healthy for my blood.
Ausmus with jacks.
$150.
Katz with ace-10 in the small blind.
Call.
Makes the call.
I like this call. Ace-10. Even with the stack size for Cary Katz, under 30 bigs now. Should be way ahead. I mean, not way ahead, but slightly ahead of what you suspect that Ausmus can be opening from the button. He has been active, although Ausmus has been picking up a lot of hands today. This is dangerous texture now for NLHE. Absolutely not going to give up on ace high on this board.
And Ausmus happy to fire on this board. Bets
Oh,
125K.
it's sort of a dream scenario.
Just
There's the quick call.
Absolute snap call by Katz. 670K in the pot. Queen on the turn.
Doesn't change much, although from Cary's perspective, this queen could be a bad card for him. For the times that Jeremy has something like Queen Jack or King Queen. Jeremy recognizes that. Wonderful check back. He's going to remain under-repped, which could get him that second street of value on the river from just a crying ace high. Cary, some glance at his chips. A lot of times he'll do the Hefe bet, the Cary bet, just flicks out the min, hoping to never get raised.
And that is what he does here.
60,000.
Just ace high.
Jeremy has seen this time and time again over the years playing against Cary. I have a feeling he's so dialed in that he understands when he should be trying to eke out value over the top of these blocker bets.
$350.
How about this from Jeremy Ausmus? Looking for a bit more.
Yeah, and this is where Cary, running through his head thinking, what'd you do? Did you check back a queen on me on the turn? Because if you didn't, I've got you. You could give him credit for a straight. Had like 6-8. Maybe somehow he made two pair. He's starting to figure out hands that would be for value that Jeremy could have. Otherwise, he may feel that ace-10 is a decent bluff catcher.
No diamond in Katz's hand. Does have one spade.
right, another fully played hand, I guess.
Yeah, I think you'll be
That's
pretty
correctly
happy,
mucks,
Cary.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pick up for Ausmus.
Jeremy, are you playing everything? I guess now you are.
What's up?
Are you playing everything this series? Are you planning on it?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to pass you.
At this point, yeah, for sure.
There's no way your tight ass is chip leading, man.
Can you get security?
Look who it is.
No, he's been the most aggressive player.
He has been?
Yeah.
I know, I've been watching. He's been taking my mic, just shoving, and everyone's folding big hands.
Sean Perry,
I took your advice.
the winner of event number
What's up,
2.
talking about you?
He's talking about me. He was upset at me on the bubble that I wasn't just shoving on everyone, I was just raising. He said that I should.
He's upset at me.
Well, he was. He was yelling at me. Oh wow, you have the button. Nice.
Katz just limps in here with the king queen.
Yeah, mixing it up. He does that too from time to time. Actually surprised. This is the first limp we've seen from Cary at this final table. It's certainly a part of his game plan.
Oh, you limped, Scott. I am so out of it.
9-5 deuce. Top pair for Ausmus.
It's been that kind of day for Ausmus. Just
Sean's got me all
out flopping when dominated.
Katz firing 175,000.
Jeremy understands that Cary can limp wide. He'll limp suited connectors. He'll limp king queen. Hell, he'll limp 2 aces.
So check call. Queen ball on the turn for Cary Katz.
Yeah, what a lovely turn for Katz. He flips the script on Ausmus. Now he is a huge favorite. Gonna drop the hammer.
Fling in some chips. 250,000 is the bet.
Yeah, and I think Ausmus sees this as a value bet from Cary. I don't know if he loves his 9 any longer. I'm sure he's also seen it where Cary just rolls over 2 aces too often. Whenever he does get that limp going. Too much of a hand, though. There it is. I don't blame him for calling.
And the river is a king.
Oh, how does that come?
Oh, it's kings and 9s for Ausmus. It's kings and queens for Katz.
Oh my goodness, Hefe.
1,060,000 in the middle. Katz with 830K behind.
And this is just a brutal run out for Jeremy, as it looks like Cary could have missed not 1, but maybe 2 potential flush draws. Impossible to get away from kings up.
Especially versus a bet of less than half pot.
Again, I think Jeremy knows this is just strong. Bet, flop, turn, river. Did Hefe get lucky somehow with Jack 10? Could he have had that of the suited variety where he missed a flush but made a straight? He's giving Katz credit here for a very big hand. I really believe that.
This would be some kind of remarkable if Ausmus was able to get away.
I don't think he can fold. I think he was deliberating whether he should move it all in with kings up or simply just call.
And he is going to move it all in. The snap call. King queen versus king 9.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just going for the max value.
Yeah, another cooler there.
You want to give me a stack of blues?
Sure, sure.
What a run out.
It'd be 830 total.
And I think
Consider not doing that.
Yeah, there it is.
Consider just
Consider
flinging
not
in the
raising.
call. Never thinking folding, to your point.
I don't know. I almost raised like every street.
There's one street you maybe should have raised.
Yeah.
Yeah, being very, very, very results oriented, we would say. That street would be the flop.
Yeah, you were due.
Now we're even.
You were due to win one.
You can't beat me every hand.
It's true.
That was kind of a miracle run out, huh?
Yeah,
Jeez.
that really was.
So it's like the nut low run out for you.
Well, it's been like that all day, folks. Coolers left and right. Non-stop action. Thank you so much for tuning in. All of our channels, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Subscribe now if you haven't already.
I have to limp more because I got.
Please.
He's in full
Make sure you click that thumbs up, that like button.
Yeah,
if we can get to 1,000, that would be just huge for our YouTube page. We appreciate all of you so much. Hope you're enjoying the show.
Adam in the chat says one of the commentators has no clue. You'd be wrong. We both have no clue.
I responded to Adam in the chat and told him exactly that. I said,
good. We're on the same page.
Try both. And speaking of both, how about both queens for Jeremy Ausmus?
Katz limped in with threes.
Oh, because you would have raised it? No, you would have called.
I would have check raised the flop. I would check raised the flop, and I assume you would have folded.
Yeah, I would have.
And I assume he would have folded.
I'm glad you folded. Uh-oh.
$255.
You got like 1.5? No, you got more.
1-4 back, basically.
Yeah. If you had more, I could call.
Not enough implied odds?
No, not really.
For the 6-4 suited or whatever?
6-4 suited, I could call.
Okay. Even worse than that.
Can't call threes.
Might call.
I'm not good enough to play threes post flop. That is said.
I think he's on tilt. If you hit it, you definitely stack him.
Yeah. Probably. Good chance of it.
Katz finished in second in event number 2. Ausmus finished in second in event number 3. Klein with the king 10 of diamonds.
All in for 480.
Katz with the ace queen of clubs.
Brock Wilson is muttering, oops, over there. Simply just targeting with his
Give you some
open.
protection.
There
We
it
can
is.
chop up Brock's money. You got ace king again?
Klein all in and at risk with the king 10 of diamonds against Katz's ace queen of clubs.
All right, if you win this one, we're officially even. No? Man holds a grudge.
Klein the slight underdog.
I'll tell you when I think we're even.
Okay. Like Walter White over there.
He'll let you know.
I will let you know.
Queen, queen 5, 1 diamond. It is the queen of diamonds. It is 3 to the royal, but it is Katz with a pretty commanding lead.
Jack of diamonds.
Yeah, we all want to see at least a sweat here. Turn card. Yeah, not much of a sweat there. And that'll do it for Bill Klein.
All right, kid.
Good game, Bill.
See you later.
Out in fourth, 98 points in the race for the cup, $97,500 to 2 fantastic organizations.
Yeah, once more, Bill Klein, another final table here. More money for charity. He'll probably take a little walk before he hops in the 25K. And boy, Bill Klein just every single series gets it done. Final tables, at least one event. Today it is this businessman, all El Jefe, on top of that leaderboard. How about that?
Playing today for the Shea Center for Therapeutic Riding. More on them at sheacenter.org, SHEA, and also playing for Orangewood Foundation. Check them out at orangewoodfoundation.org. Yeah, Brent, you said it. Katz with more than 3.2 million in chips
Cary has,
as we enter three-handed play.
And figure it out.
Yeah, that's true.
I have 2.6, 2.95, and I have to put the money out there, so yeah, 2.9 in essence.
Thanks.
Sure.
So I got like 3.4.
Yeah, a little less. We'll go with it.
It's my new strategy against you. I'm limping every hand.
Limping every hand?
Yep. Keep the pot small.
All right.
You won't know what I have. I'll just let you do the small bets, then you size it up on the turn, and then I'll finally trap you. My plan.
Okay. That's good to know.
Okay. Always running me over. It's a disaster.
Oh my.
I'll give you a good price.
Ooh, the limp 3-bet with the king 5.
A little speech play,
Make
getting
it
fancy. Show him to him, Cary.
660,000 and getting it through with the king 5 offsuit.
Just
even
had
told
a
you my
read,
plan.
You know?
You did.
You didn't listen.
You did. I didn't.
All right.
Listen at all.
I can't get.
New game plan going better, huh?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
What is this?
Just all the blues.
How much is that?
Coloring up.
230.
Little chum in the water for Brock.
Fantastic quick count there.
230. What does that mean?
It means you only got to put 190 in to call, or if you jam,
It's a lot.
it's a lot of money.
Oh, it's
Not only.
170, I believe.
I wanted it as juicy as possible for Brock. Not that bad, huh?
You got it.
Cary Katz certainly mixing it up today.
Yeah, he is, huh?
In event number 4 of the PokerGO Cup, let's check in on event number 5, 25K. Negranu with a pile in front of him.
Yeah, that is your current chip leader based on the reports over at PGT.com. Dan Negranu, large and in charge. Coke Can Dan. And he is absolutely, from what I'm also reading, he's tied neck and neck with Ali Mshurovich, both around 440,000 in chips.
I think Mshurovich yesterday had 5 starting stacks about an hour or 2 in, but didn't cash in this one. Just 1 cash for Ali.
By the way, if you take a look at Alex Fox and that hat he's wearing, the Super High Rollerball 6 limited edition cap, you can actually buy those now over at shop.pokergo.com. We have the Players Edition Super High Rollerball gear, a Travis Matthews golf jacket, as well as that cap.
Sweet.
It's been a while. Time for you to open. There we go. That money's coming in my stack. Feel it.
Where's 160?
Nope.
Not that time.
Nope. Only Sean Perry can play that hand.
Don't worry.
Oh, that was the 9-4.
If we had the 4-9 offsuit.
Oh, yeah, we're not
if we had
doing
the,
that.
We had the 4-9 bet.
Whose idea was that?
It was Brent's idea to play the 7 deuce game,
Okay.
and then I said as a tribute to Sean Perry, let's play the 4-9 game, which
Okay.
is where he punted his stack in the
Oh, that's fair.
Oh, that's why.
100K.
Yeah,
Got
right.
it, got it. Also, it was no mention of it, right? So people were like,
So you guys were playing the 7 deuce game and the 4-9 game?
No, we were just playing the 4-9 game.
Okay.
As
instead
a,
of
as
7
a
deuce.
tribute to Perry.
And each person got what?
5K.
5K. So he jammed the 4-9 off, and then
You guys got
ball had
5K.
ace king. He of course gets a 2 pair.
Everyone
and
was
wins
playing?
the 15K, and then as ball's walking off after that horrible beat, he's like, "Where's my 5K?"
That's a good.
That's what Sean said to
That's
Ball.
amazing. I like that.
I mean, you got to get your 5K. It's true.
All right.
You said you.
I've just taught you. We got the friendly game going again.
Again, if you missed event number
We learned a
2,
lesson
you got to
from
go
it.
back and watch.
Maybe.
We'll show you a clip here in a little bit. But if any player won a hand with the 4-9,
There we go.
it'd be
Better safe
$5K
than sorry.
in cash from each player.
Tricked
It
me
was
last
absurd.
Well,
I
and
felt bad about that.
Scott Ball
Was
ended up
eliminated
being the
because of it.
victim of that
Yeah.
game where he got an ace-king versus Perry's 9-4. Perry made 2 pairs.
Since I limp, there's a better chance you have the 3 than me. Kind of annoying. But
80,000.
we'll see. Could have a 2. You got to protect your 2.
Katz going to talk to Wilson throughout this. Turn is a queen. A beauty for Brock.
Brock going to be very deceptive. Under rep, checks back that queen, making top pair. This is a very difficult board now for Cary to get away. Let's see if he brings the old Hefe bet. Bets the minimum on the river with just ace high, thinking it's for value. And if Brock can see through it, maybe he tries to eke out a little value with that queen.
Oh, shit. Well, hand's not worth 80,000.
There's the min bet. There's the quick call by Brock.
I think
He'll
I
show
got
down the winner.
Oh, my God. I lost the minimum. Where's the raise?
I'm too scared.
Woo.
Too scared. All your speech play.
Oh, my God. Got off light. I was calling your raise.
Well,
He's calling all in.
Oh, my God.
yeah,
Brock, you lost your mojo. This is good. Gives us hope.
This is good.
you intimidated me with your limp re-raising me. I was like, fuck, this has worked all day, and maybe it's time for me to try something new.
I like
Ooh.
King 6 for Wilson. In the small one. Ausmus with about 20 bigs in the big.
Wait, 215,000.
Wilson will raise, Wilson will win. And Brent, we mentioned event number 2, won by Sean Perry, beating Cary Katz heads up, and Perry the winner of the 4-9 game. Take a look.
Well, I better see 15,000 next to my stack over there from the 3 of you guys.
This is the best advertising ever for you two.
Yeah.
For card.
Oh
It's
my
a
God,
Goodness
baby.
gracious.
9s and 4s. Scott Ball out in 4th. Sean Perry,
Did he have you
the
Where's
chip
my
leader,
15,000?
and the winner of a
Go get the 5K.
$15,000 bonus.
Toss me my 5K.
Harry, you need 5 or you have?
Yeah, let me borrow 5.
I can pay for you.
Just a dap and pay me my money
All right.
from Sean Perry.
Brent's got a
Amazing.
book bag just full of 5K chips right behind his
But
chair.
Cary, I got you. We're good.
About $7 million worth of flags.
Well, Katz, Wilson, and Ausmus will now be heavily involved in the race for the PokerGO Cup. It's a race that Sean Perry currently leads, but not once this event is over. Every scenario among these final 3 will find a different leader than Perry.
Stronger than last time.
Katz limps in with the 10 deuce. Is Wilson going to try to raise again?
Good ace jack last time.
What? What are you talking about? I meant the time before that.
Wilson does not raise, does flop a jack, open ender for Katz.
80,000.
Katz leads, Wilson calls. Second queen on the turn.
I expect Wilson and Katz to be a little tame right now, considering Ausmus has less than 20 big blinds in his stack. All that being said, you know, Cary loves to go for the win.
King 3 is good. Jack 3 is good too. All right, take it.
These pots are a little too small for Jeremy's liking. You want to see some blood, I know.
Jeremy saw some blood yesterday.
I just lost 2
When I had
bigs.
5 bigs and they got all in.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for, guys.
Yes.
As with 3 players left,
We're not
Ausmus
the
with
two
5
craziest
bigs.
people for that, though.
And
Yeah.
Daniel Winan got in a massive pot that resulted in Winan's elimination, and Ausmus making heads up with just 5 bigs, where he almost spun it up.
Yeah, he got his money in very good, and he's quite unlucky against Jake Daniels. Ausmus's ace-jack lost to jack-deuce suited. A little duckling on the flop. All that was needed.
But Ausmus had the luck on his side earlier today, getting the chips in with 10s against aces and jacks, flopping a 10.
This is where Katz, by the way, continues to just be so slippery, right? He just limping the button now with queen-8 suited. Before he slid that whole pile of blue chips in the middle, more than, or nearly a 4x raise with jack-8 off here, the limp. And things are about to get a little bananas now. Wilson, big raise. Now it's on Ausmus, less than 20 bigs with a very good hand. How about that?
Lets it go. Katz does not. More than 800K in the pot already. It's King 4 deuce, 2 hearts. Wilson does at the ace of hearts, so a couple backdoor draws for him. Nothing doing for Katz.
Go to work, young fella. The aggressor out of position. He's got that ace of hearts, Jeff, as you pointed out. King 4 deuce certainly seems to drill him more than it does El Jefe on the button. Not a single diamond up there. If Cary wants to continue, I think he has to raise right here, and he's not going to do it. Lets it go.
Well done, Brock Wilson, to extend his chip lead. Wilson's 1 win on the PGT came last year
Through, Jeremy?
at the Poker Masters.
You're thinking if it would have gotten through?
I don't know.
10K
Yeah,
event.
It was getting through for sure.
Probably would.
It was close. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. I had a good hand, but not
Yeah, not a great one. Maybe I'm supposed to. I was looking who you had more chips, and you have him more now, right?
I have a pretty good amount above him right now. Yeah.
But the start of that hand, you guys were about even, right? Close?
No.
Oh,
I don't think
really?
so. How much you have, Cary? It looks like.
I thought he had like 3 million or something.
Not anymore.
No, he's got 2.5. That means I have like.
But well, the start of the hand though, he had like 3, I guess.
Did he? Maybe, yeah.
I guess yeah, you had him, yeah. Because I mean, yeah, now you have.
I thought I was operating under the assumption I had him decently out-chipped.
Right, 160,000.
Yeah, you did actually.
Demetrius Sird, is this live? Yes, sir, it is. A slight delay, but we are live with you in the chat watching this action at the same time you are.
And we all see that Katz has 2 10s.
10 seconds.
How does he know? How does he know he has an overpair to Wilson's hand? I mean, typically you're going to see 3-handed with 2 10s, a raise for sure. Oh my.
10 in the window, King 10 4.
And maybe he gets a little bit more value Assuming that Brock Wilson wants to continue, there it is, 100,000 with nothing but 8 high and a backdoor draw, and the trap has been set.
Deuce of clubs on the turn. Katz did reference Wilson betting big on turn earlier. Said he was going to trap him. He's trying here.
No pair, no draw. Just 8 high, and if he's going to win the pot, Jeff, I think in his mindset he has to do exactly that. You know, that or simply give up. Doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that's going to give up. There it is.
Goes big.
500.
Betting 500,000. The absolute dream for Katz.
Cary's weighing his option of either moving it in right here or simply just calling once more. Perhaps concerned about the backdoor puppy paws that have shown their face. He thinks Brock could have turned a flush draw. He may want to protect his hand.
All in.
All in.
Does go with the check shove.
I mean, call.
And now we are neck and neck for the chip lead. Katz and Wilson around 3.4 million.
Ausmus was loving that, by the way. All in scenario. He just gets to sit back and watch and hope.
But that outcome not quite to his liking. He's in third by a significant margin here. Has the ace-6 on the button with a little more than 15 bigs.
800.
800,000.
Most of it. Katz with King Jack in the small blind. Let's it go. There is a win for Ausmus, who is expected to jump into this after the final table is over. And again, Brent, you said it earlier, Daniel Negreanu, your chip leader in event number 5.
He's a man on a mission. We know he's made runs in every single event, but has yet to cash the stone bubble last night in the event that we're covering today.
And a
Looks
big
like
pot
he's
against
got
Chris Brewer.
Yeah, he's got Brewer in the blender on the river.
Jack 5, 4, 7. About 50K or so in the middle, and Negreanu has bet a sizable amount on the river.
I wish I had a 7. 7? That's 1 7 ball.
Negreanu building once again, trying to defend his PokerGO Cup. Has some work to do.
Yeah, he does. And you know, that little comment from Brewer to Negreanu is quite telling in my mind, saying, all I needed was a 7 to call. Just one pair of 7s. I sort of believe Chris, and that goes to show you how much respect these players have for Negreanu this day and age. He's clearly been in the lab, so to speak, knows when to overbet. He's worked a number of bluffs into his game.
125.
And Negreanu may have taken a thumping by Doug Polk in that heads-up challenge, high-stakes feud.
Ace.
But boy, did he
king,
ever
6,
learn
9.
so much about the intricacies
said
of
that was
heads-up
boring.
poker and just
Oh, no.
I was agreeing with you.
how to employ a strategy in general.
Let's go inside the numbers at the PokerGO Cup. More than 300 entries, more than $3 million in prize money. It's been awarded through 4 events, 4 different winners, 30 different cashers, and 2 above-average commentators. Are they bringing somebody else in or something?
Must be talking about Nick and Ali if they're coming
not, but I don't think they are. Well, what a nice gesture from producer Pat.
Very kind, very kind.
Very inaccurate, but very kind. Maybe he combined our skills.
Might get worse.
Yeah, that's true. Wilson opens ace-9. Katz defends with the king-9. Queen 10-5, all spades, no spade for either player.
Yeah, it might be the only thing I'm about above average in.
Commentating?
That's it.
Oh.
100,000.
James in the YouTube chat, if these two commentate every PokerGO stream, I'll never pay for a subscription.
Pretty good, James.
That's pretty good, James. I respect that. Again, insult us all you want, but at least be creative. It's
gotta be
That's
good,
what we
yeah.
want.
James
Like
is
James.
good.
James crushed it.
King high.
Wolfman, I subscribe because of their coverage, to be honest. Thank you, Wolfman. Thank you, George, for the kind words. Thank you all for tuning in. Big crowd on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, PokerGO. And the 2022 season of the PGT is underway. It features the game's most elite players competing in events with buy-ins starting at 10K, going all the way up to $300,000. For the latest news, schedule, leaderboard, updates, check out pgt.com.
It's really amazing. You know, El Jefe, Cary Katz, sits right here, the center of this table. But what he has built with the PGT and his, you know, his idea with PokerGO, which led to the tour, it's honestly remarkable. It has never been done for the players quite like it is right now. You know, there's $50,000 in prize money for the PokerGO Cup alone. The winner of this series gets a trophy plus 50 grand cash. We do the same thing for the U.S. Poker Open in March. Again, this fall for the Poker Masters, more prize money to go along with that beautiful purple jacket. And then at the end of the year, for the PGT, the Tour Championship in December, the top 6 players on that leaderboard are going to play for a $500,000 free roll, winner take all. Add it up, that's $650,000 going right back to the players. And they are indeed the best of the best in the entire world. Check this out here. Katz getting a little.
He led flop and is also leading
he's-
turn right into Wilson's 2-pair.
And this for him is just all instincts. He feels his 7s are the best hand. He's walked right into it.
Wilson just calls once again. River is the deuce of hearts. And Katz leads again.
I don't know about this.
325.
Katz hoping he's targeting some sort of 6 or a 3. Again, he feels he has the best hand. There's really not much more to it than that. Brock has been slow playing all along with aces up. No doubt a raise coming on the river.
10 seconds.
Time extension used for an additional 30 seconds to act.
$1.1.
The raise is to 1.1 million.
All right, well, you're bluffing. That's a good bluff. I can only beat a missed flush draw.
No bluff.
10 seconds.
You got a 4-5?
Yeah, there's the cards in the muck. Brock Wilson creating a little bit of separation from the rest of the pack. With today's cash, he passes the $4 million mark in career live tournament earnings. Plenty more to come, we think, for Brock Wilson.
I have 1.18 exactly.
Yep.
What's that?
Yep, nice.
10 seconds. $185. Raise to 185.
Small raise from Wilson here, blind versus blind with Ausmus. A 15 big blind stack, and he has ace queen in the big.
All in.
All of it.
All in.
Get through.
Yeah. You were close to going all in free, too. Oh.
Nah,
Oh,
had a pretty bad hand.
right. The hand was so bad you couldn't do it. What do you have, like 5?
What's up?
What do you have, like 5 million?
No, no way. I have 2.5, 3.3, 3.4, 4.2.
Okay.
And 4.2 is good for more than half the chips in play.
Squandered on my blues.
Yeah, yeah.
To you. Sure, just give me 10.
Katz with king queen
Yeah,
after Ausmus limps in.
Ausmus was genuinely considering jamming Jack 7 suited. Instead says, I have just enough where I can call.
285.
See what Cary does.
And does he have just enough where he can call a 200,000 chip raise?
Oh, maybe,
Just hope you
because the
don't have
hand
nines this
is
time.
pretty good, but
That would
he's
be
a
ahead.
little too short.
That would be winning.
Don't you think the odds are you'd be winning if you had 9s right now?
You never know. Someone might have.
Does make the call. Ace, king, nine
Nines are
with
looking really
two
good now.
hearts.
I think I would have been all in with the nines already.
Yeah.
Smith flops the flush draws. Katz flops a pair of kings.
200,000.
Katz will bet 200K. Ausmus with 1.2 million behind.
If you have a set of nines, you're doubling up. I like give a set of nines.
10 seconds.
The check raise to
he's
500,000.
Pricing himself in with the flush draw. Now Cary's gonna sort of go into the tank here and think, wait, what hands could you possibly have that weren't all in pre? What ace, unless you were trapping with a huge hand like aces or kings, it's never nines, which they have just established amongst themselves. So it's a lot of flush draws.
10 seconds.
10 jack suited. Yeah. I'll see one more.
There you go.
A little table talk and then just making the call.
Even a heart, too, gives Cary even more reason to maybe call the shove on the turn.
Ausmus now with the two-way straight draw. 1.6 million in the middle. 665K in this stack.
All in?
All of it.
How much is it?
Cary seems to have the right feel where he's at in this hand. Again,
Could be a
what?
weak ace.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could be a weak ace maybe, but I don't know if Ausmus would tee off with it quite like this. Seems like he would have just simply limp jam pre-flop with a sub 20 big blind stack.
10 seconds.
Yeah, it's like all of his aces get the chips in pre-flop, whether he's just open shoving in the small blind with
Right.
a really weak ace or limp shoving a better one. Katz in the tank here.
10 seconds.
Lays it down.
Wow, that's strong by Ausmus.
Jeremy Ausmus has moved into second.
No. Who has time for that?
1 second, please.
So will you definitely look back and see what he had?
First, he'll bug me on during the 25K. The next break.
That's true.
I mean, that's what I'd try to do. You know.
I needed a heart. I could have probably called.
Well.
Sure.
Oh, man.
Katz down to about 20 bigs. Ausmus with the ace-7 of clubs.
Raise 170.
How much you have, Jeremy?
2.1, 2.2, about 2.3, I think, with that.
And how much is that? 180?
170. 10 seconds.
Wilson defense. 8831 club.
Okay. Okay.
4 of hearts on the turn after it goes check, check.
Oh, baby.
Ooh. A spicy turn bet, a slight over bet, as a matter of fact.
And he's trying to exactly put this sort of hand in jail. Ace high, checking back flop.
Does just that.
Yeah, that is great stuff. I think Jeremy might go back and review that very spot. It might seem minuscule and like, oh, yeah, just move on next hand. But those sorts of boards probably may want to consider continuing from time to time. He did have the backdoor clubs as well. Once in a while, a guy just makes a great play, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Wilson seems to have every spot really figured out. You know, he's
like
run it, he's seen
1.6
it.
or something, Cary, roughly?
Knows what the most effective and best decision is that he can make.
It's probably about that, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, counting what's in there.
Three-handed of this flop. Just become a bit more rare. Queen, 10, deuce, 2 clubs. Queens for Ausmus. Another 10 on the turn. Now Ausmus will look for a little bit of value. About a pot-sized bet. Look at this. With just 7 high.
I thought he was just waving the white flag the entire time. Now says,
min raise.
I've got a 10.
What a tricky spot now if you're Jeremy Ausmus. 1.2 million out there. It's 305K more to him.
10 seconds.
And Ausmus lays it down. It gets through.
Oh, Hefe just goes off instinct so many times. He read that as weakness, maybe a queen at best for Ausmus.
Little trickeration.
Yeah.
From El Jefe. So our final 3 are guaranteed $126,750. Almost a 70K pay jump from 3rd to 2nd. Up top, the biggest first place prize of the 2022 PokerGO Cup so far, more than 263K and 263 points in the race for the Cup.
10,000.
Kings now for Ausmus in the small blind. About 21 bigs.
Seconds.
450.
Raise to 450.
Small 3-bet to 450,000.
Oh, Brock. He's got that look. If he thinks Ausmus can be light here, just trying to 3-bet and steal.
That's a king in his hand.
Yeah. We've seen crazier plays.
Time extension used.
Oh, boy.
We know what Ausmus is thinking. Please, Alan. Please, Alan. There's the fold by Wilson.
Wow. Wilson is going to be thrilled that he didn't pull the trigger there as badly as he wanted to. Ausmus, you got to give him credit as well. He had Wilson second-guessing himself.
Wasn't somebody calling you Hollywood? At some tournament? Or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I've done something outrageous like that before. Oh, Jeremy, you really got it? It's not many hands.
In Wilson's mind, he says, I have a king, so no way you have kings.
And it was the sizing by Ausmus that was just so,
Ausmus
made him
almost
so curious.
Drew that one.
Raise 165.
How much did you start with?
King Jack for Wilson.
I think 2. Slightly over.
Yep.
2.05, I think.
Yep.
1.3. 7.8.
Yeah, you're good.
10 seconds.
Almost 2.
Now with Ausmus and Katz at about 25 bigs.
Thought you were going to 3-bet for sure. That last hand. Get your money back.
Wilson in the mix. King 6-3. And it's top pair for both Wilson and Ausmus. Jeremy in some trouble here. Checks back, deuce of clubs on the turn.
Jeremy a little concerned maybe about that kicker. Under rep check back with the king. And now let's see if Wilson, similar to what he did before, where he bet nearly pot with a bluff, does he try and do something similar with this sort of holding? Looks like he's going to take the smaller approach.
180,000.
And bets 180K. Ausmus just calls.
Oh, okay.
River's the 5 of hearts.
Yeah, maybe this can save Ausmus from losing any additional chips. One liner to a straight, flush comes home. The way he's played it, sort of looks like he could have jacks, queens, tens, Maybe a weak king.
10 seconds.
Wilson deciding what's best, sizing. What am I up against? What can call me on that turn as played?
Time bank used for an additional 30 seconds to act. Go blocker bet here.
240,000.
240K. About quarter pot.
This is really pretty by Brock. The sizing's so small. Ausmus just has to call.
Yeah, and he'll see the bad news.
Wow. This kid is good.
The chip lead grows for Brock Wilson. At about 60% of the chips in play.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Paul, you can use my account. Yeah.
That will send our players off to a quick break. Before we go to break, a look at the leaderboard. Brock Wilson, more than 4.8 million. Cary Katz at 1.8. Jeremy Ausmus at 1.4. They're three-handed for the title of event number 4. Our final table coverage continues in just 3 minutes. Stay with us.
Saw Lonis give 10-8 suited a little bit of thought. I think he's still adjusting his sort of hand ranges and assigning those sorts of ranges to his opponents.
Wilson will give this a little bit of thought with ace-queen in the big blind.
Inevitable confrontation here. Wilson with a fun stack to start, 24 bigs. Of course, Saliba, our chip leader.
So all your tournament winnings you give to charity.
And we know that Wilson
you keep track of your losses
is
doing that?
so aware of
no,
ICM implications.
Actually, if I lose,
here's the shove.
Oh my.
Here's the call. Here we go. Brock Wilson all in and at risk with ace-queen against Justin Saliba's tens.
You do all your winnings plus all your losses.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because there's no reason the charity should hurt because I didn't play well that day.
Yeah.
Saliba would take a pretty significant chip lead.
Oh, no.
If the tens
Do I have two
hold.
suits?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wilson would jump to
didn't see
second
that
if
all
he
in
gets
there.
there.
Yeah,
Who's got tens? Okay.
Justin's got tens.
I stopped paying attention.
Queen 9-8. Wilson flops a queen, takes the lead. Saliba flops a gut shot for a jack or a 10. Can't find it on the turn. It is 2 pair for Wilson. And it is Saliba down to 6 outs to bust him. The Ricard to 6. And Brock Wilson shoots up the ladder. Now more than 1.9 million in chips, Brent, and he's in second.
No, there's no villain here.
Great friends with Ali Amshurovich. That's all right. Event 2, I think, took care of the entire series as far as I'm concerned. I'm dead serious. If you didn't watch event number 2, go find it. It's on PokerGO. I think it's actually still on our YouTube channel as well.
Not everything carry.
Ausmus with 9s.
Give you a position.
Seriously?
No, I was just letting you know in case you weren't aware.
felt the ace queen was gonna win. I didn't want to say anything, and I wanted tens to win, but I had 10-8 of hearts, and I'm like, oh man, ace queen's just gotta win now.
Ace king for Klein.
Snapjack on the turn.
10-8 of hearts.
Blind versus blind battle here.
It's for charity.
Believe
It's
me,
all
dude,
for
I'm
charity.
honest.
Come
You
on,
guys wanna
Klein.
take my dad? I took my dad.
Do it for the kids.
Type player.
I said Brock's gonna wake up with something good right now.
Man, you know it. You know everything.
Brock Wilson, Cary Katz, Jeremy Ausmus. Our final three at event number 4 of the 2022 PokerGO Cup. Welcome back to Las Vegas, back to the PokerGO studio. Jeff Platt alongside Brent Hanks and Brent. A pretty sizable chip lead for Brock Wilson, to say the least.
Brock, the crockpot Wilson. He's got every ingredient. Throw it in there. Skill set, chips. Let it simmer. Look for that victory, young fella.
Almost 5 million.
Yeah. Maybe
Brock
not
the
now,
crock
since
pot,
I'm
that
not
was
in
good.
He might not be worth his time, you know.
Seriously.
Well,
50K, 100K, 100K big blind ante. So now about 80 bigs on the table. Great music for the PokerGO Cup.
wow. A couple of carrots. 3 deuce of hearts. Good enough.
You like being Brock the bully? Kind of fun, isn't it?
It is. It's also fun though to sit back and kind of like just like, oh, do I have a good hand or not? Okay, folds. Like let's let them collide. It's also a fun role.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be doing that role.
That's the
Well,
role that
I can't with my stack, but I'm
Wilson's
saying, like,
played
in your
for the
guys'
most
position,
part.
You have a kind of fun thing
when
to,
we've seen him at final tables. He's been relatively short stack and just trying to ladder up, outlast other players.
Big swing for me and Jeremy in the standings.
Him too. I mean, he's
Yeah,
he made
they're
a final
the
table and
3 of
another
these
cash,
guys.
So.
I got seventh. I have a 7th and a 6th.
7th and a 6th.
So
It's gotta,
yeah.
So you're in
gotta be
first if you
something.
win.
Yeah.
For sure.
Probably is.
Crazy.
That still depends who finishes in
But
second.
I did this in Poker Masters, and then I just bricked out with the bigger stuff.
Well, don't put that into the universe, Brock. Take it back. What's in the past is in the past, man.
That's good advice, Brent. Thank you. Wilson had a win and 2 4th-place finishes in the Poker Masters. He won a 10K event. His only win on the PGT last year. Ace deuce for Ausmus on the button. 11.5 big blinds. You like those math skills, Brent?
Well, you've always impressed me, Jeff, with your math. You actually are very good at math.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In for most of it.
I won.
Katz with king, queen. And here we go, Ausmus versus Katz, ace deuce versus king, queen. Fair fight indeed. Katz does have Ausmus covered.
It is. It is a
You
fair
were
fight.
definitely happy when I flipped that over.
Yeah.
That's like best case
for
scenario.
sure. That's the best case.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't have 2 overs. It's got to be that. King jack.
Best
suited,
case is being
maybe?
oh so slightly ahead like he is now. Ace, king, 4. So Katz still needs a king or a queen.
God,
Running
outs.
cards to make a straight.
It's a back door.
Turn card. It's
Nope,
a 9.
Back door. I'll do about a 12% chance. Not looking too good.
Does have 5 outs to eliminate Ausmus. 5 on the river. Ausmus doubles up. Katz down to 4 bigs.
Thank you. So that's $1.15.
Just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound, exactly.
All right, now I got to just do the Sean Perry. Actually, he gets out 2 bigs and then wins it.
That's right. That's what we saw in event number 2.
2 on the final table.
Down to 3 on day 1, and then down to 2 at the final table.
Amazing. I mean, it's hard to do.
Not when you're winning with 10-2 off shoves and.
I mean, that's hard to do too.
Yeah.
In theory, that stuff's hard to do.
I mean, statistically, I don't know, it was like 1 in 1,000 that he won that tournament probably.
Katz with the 8 deuce on the button. He can pass here.
So you have how much?
Hope for a collision.
1.5, 2, 2.1, 2.2, 2.4 with my big blind.
Wilson can apply some pretty major pressure to Ausmus considering Katz's short stack, you'd think.
Yeah, it would be insane to just move it all in here with King 6. You know you've got Cary in the big blind the next hand. Obviously, Ausmus recognizes all of that.
Yeah.
Very aware of what Brock's doing, but still.
I mean, you kind of got it. I can like blindly run it into you and still have enough chips to almost always get second. So
yeah. Yep.
Can definitely pressure
True
your
story.
post. Might not have the balls to pressure your post, but I definitely have the stack to do it.
That's a very honest assessment.
Oh my.
How about aces for Ausmus in the small blind?
I mean, what do you have?
I have 3 blinds, so let's just.
You have 3 blinds?
Yeah, I'm not even looking. That bad, huh? That must be really bad. All right, I call in the dark.
Sorry, I have a huge. I have aces. I thought you had more blinds than that. Okay. I thought you had like 5 or 6 blinds. I mean, it's still probably the same thing.
Sorry.
So it's Katz all in at risk with the queen 9 against Jeremy Ausmus's aces.
Let's at least give him a sweat. 10 jack, stick a 9 or a queen. I think you're going to get a sweat on the flop. Small.
Seems to be what usually happens.
Pieces.
Always a sweat.
And Jack 6-3, you're gonna need runner.
That's more fun when you hit it on the turn and then the river.
Good point. 8 ball on the turn.
Yeah.
A glimmer of hope.
Got an 8% chance.
Needing a 10 on the river.
11.
Yeah, I guess 9.
It's 4 outs. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it's 9. I should know that.
And it's a 3.
Good game.
And that does it for Cary Katz.
Good game, man.
A 3rd place finish.
See you over there. You played great too, man.
For $126,750. And Brent, 127 more points in the race for the cup.
Yeah, here comes Jefe, another top 3 finish.
Right.
Obviously now we know he'll be a contender throughout the remainder of the cup. He'll play every single event. He's got that momentum rolling.
And so he has 294 points now when we make this final. Sean Perry has 232. Ausmus, with a 2nd place finish, will have 339. With a 1st place finish, will have 407. If Wilson holds on to this chip lead, he'll have 351, and Ausmus will have 339.
So no matter what, you're looking at your top 3.
Yes.
In the race for the cup. Jefe, Ausmus, and Brock the Crockpot.
Just play.
It'll either be Wilson, Ausmus, and
No
Katz, or Ausmus, Katz, Wilson as your top 3. You got all that?
I got it. I mean,
notes?
I'm sort of with you. I'm hoping we can just get like a, maybe put it on a chart in front of me so I can understand what's happening. These guys are looking it up right now thinking, okay, what are we doing?
See.
I think what they're doing is they're just working out their stack sizes and trying to figure out what they can potentially work out between themselves.
It's about a 2-to-1 chip lead for Wilson.
My small.
And there's about a $68,000 difference between first and second.
Mark from CT2 says, anyone know what country this is from? Well, that'd be the U.S. We're in Las Vegas inside the PokerGO studio. Thank you for joining us, Mark.
Mark also says, how do you play heads up? I always get run over. I have no idea. You?
No
You're
clue.
good heads up.
Have I ever lost?
You
Once,
7-0,
I think, right?
or
Oh, I
you
lost.
7-1?
Yeah, of course I have. I lost to Scott Seaver.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Jerk.
Should have beat him.
Should you have?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you bluffed it off, right?
Bluffed it off.
Yep, that is your only second place result. You are 7-1. Heads up. Brock Wilson is 7-8. Jeremy Ausmus is 6-7. So you could teach them a thing or two.
Do you ever have any heads-up experience throughout your career, like online? Do you ever play like a bunch of heads-up at any point?
A little, not a lot, no.
Okay. Yeah, I've like none.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day, I used to play more.
You've had a long career, so yeah, I think
Yeah,
at
yeah.
some point.
I did mess around with heads up for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm 1-6 heads up lifetime, just in case anybody.
Yeah, you've
needed to
always
know.
played great, though, in those
Yep,
matchups.
really
I have no
played
doubt
well.
about it. Brock Wilson has played fantastic, clearly, as well as Jeremy Ausmus. And if you wanted to have a piece of Brock's action, well, guess what? You'll have just that opportunity. Head over to pocket5s.com. Brock has action for future PokerGO Cup events. If you want to make sure that you get a piece of that and you don't have PokerGO, well, my gosh, how about a double whammy? Sign up for PokerGO right now. Use the promo code SWEAT. And the good folks at Pocket Fives are going to put $20 in your Pocket Fives account.
Oh, baby, a little free roll?
A little free roll. You
Love
can
the
buy
free
a
rolls.
piece of the pie. Again, sign up for PokerGO. Use the code SWEAT. Make sure you use the same email over at Pocket Fives. And, my friends, you can do a little gambling
Love
on
it.
your favorite players.
And whenever we play poker again, we'll put up some action on
Yeah,
Pocket
that's
Fives.
right. Not that anyone will buy
No,
it, but yeah, we'll be there, Jeff.
Won't be one of the more popular items.
Right. But we might be the only one available that day. And
That's
if
true.
You don't have a
we would
choice.
at least keep you posted. We'd
Right.
give you a good sweat.
Sure.
Ausmus the slight overbet after rivering trips. Does Wilson have just enough to fling in a call? Yes, he does. Ausmus gets paid off. Start heads up play. Lessening the gap between he and Wilson. Peter in the YouTube chat, much love from Egypt, land of the pharaohs. Great commentary, guys.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter. Great pyramids you got over there.
Very nice. You ever been to Egypt?
Never left the country, Jeff. No.
So that would be a
certainly
no.
haven't been to Egypt, but I'd love to go there. I want to see the
Looks
Great
very
Sphinx.
Yep.
Maybe some of those tombs. Can you just walk right at them? Right in the
Right in the
pyramids?
tombs?
Head down into the tombs?
Tombs are pretty occupied.
Well, there's got to be like a
We
tour,
can go check
right?
them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you meant literally in the tomb. Join
Well,
some
I'd
friends.
lay down there with Tutankhamun.
Yeah.
I say it
With,
right?
what's it, Cleopatra? decent flop for Wilson, I would say. It's okay.
It's above average, and Ausmus has enough to maybe want to see another street. It's the sort of hand where there's some decent turn cards. Obviously, any shovel, any spade. Some straightening cards, obviously a 10, a queen. If he bets here, he's hoping to improve on the turn where he can elect to double barrel. Let's see what Wilson does with the stone cold nuts right now.
Will check raise. Sizable one at that. 675. And he'll just win. Anders says what's up from Norway.
Ooh, Norway.
Peter says he'd give us a tour of Egypt anytime. Pete says much love from New Zealand. Enjoying the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you're on YouTube, Brent, you do what?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's two things you have to do. Subscribe right now if you haven't already, and I mean now. Do it. Subscribe to our channel. And also click that thumbs up, that like button. You get us to 1,000, and, well, you're going to make my day. Do it.
Fair.
Start clicking the button. Get us to 1,000. We'd love those on our YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much on Facebook and Twitch as well. And, of course, our very own subscribers over on PokerGO. Love you guys in the chat.
Good question in the chat from Tiger. Question for the commentators. Who do you think is the most solid poker player these days? Who would you say? We'll take questions now. Heads up can sometimes be slow, sometimes be fast. Well, send us your questions. We won't have any good answers. But Brent, who would you say is the most solid? They didn't really necessarily say the best, so maybe what, most consistent?
The most solid in all of our, in the PGT?
Yeah,
the most solid
PGT.
player? Ooh, boy. I mean, they're just all so good.
Ausmus is emerging as
I was just about to say,
one of the more consistent ones.
Both of these guys, Ausmus, Wilson. I think Ausmus, I'd put him there. He plays every game so well. So when we have the U.S. Poker Open, the majors or the Masters, and we run Big Bet or PLO, he might be a better PLO player than he is No Limit Hold'em, believe it or not.
Might have Schindler in there in just a solid discussion.
Sam Soverel, David Peters,
and all those guys.
I mean, Kuhn. Nick Schulman is good. He's just good at everything.
You ever had any big chip leads heads up in tournaments and blown it?
Yeah, PCA. What's the guy's name? Michael Dyer.
Yeah.
I was heads up with him in the 5K.
Oh, right. Okay, I remember.
And was it a 5K? Yeah. I think I had like a pretty big chip lead.
And he won, yeah.
And then he won.
This was right after he FT'd the main, right?
Yeah, like a year or so later.
Yeah, Jeremy finished second in the 5K
so
PCA for 213K.
He's got like 3.
Dyer won it for 336.
Pretty much.
Check.
The Gov in our Twitch chat, is Bally's or Horseshoe going to work for the WSOP in your opinion? Well, Brent, you walked through both Bally's and Paris.
I think it's going to be incredible at Bally's in Paris. Just the foot traffic alone for the folks on the Strip. The World Series of Poker is going to get more eyeballs on it than ever before. I saw the rooms that everything will be played in, just massive. I mean massive.
Bigger than the Rio space?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He loves to give you shit.
Can actually hold more tables across the two properties.
Who? Him and who?
Ollie and Saliba.
Oh, Ollie too.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that change.
I did win a big flip.
Right in the
versus
heart
him.
of the strip.
Pretty much changed. If he won that,
Yeah.
he's very
Hard to
likely
believe that's
get
just a
up
few months
and-
away.
Like
No, it's really
Yeah, he would have
close.
3.2 to
Starts at the end of
everyone's,
May.
1 point something. But
Yeah, you won that, which is fine. Obviously, whatever. I won
the 10.
the 10. I mean, that was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So he's got to be pretty angry at us both.
A guest in the PokerGO chats is where's Ausmus originally from? Is it Colorado?
Yeah, he's from Colorado. Grew up there, went to college there.
And spent his teen years there working in a wood shop.
He did.
Continued that trade as a cabinet maker.
100.
Something I did not know until our producer let us know earlier today.
Call. Check.
Incredible one. Says lots of international viewers here.
Yeah.
Salute. Yeah, I love that. Stratton from Zurich, Switzerland. Yakov from Portugal.
Was that a Swiss accent?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check the accuracy of that later.
Jeffrey wants to know when the WSB schedule comes out. Not sure.
I think next couple weeks.
It's got to
or
be
so.
out soon, right?
Flush versus flush. Ausmus going to look for a little value here. Or a lot of value here.
50,000.
And Hesh in the chat says that I got to tell you, I don't really agree. Poker players are given so much credit. Not saying these guys aren't great. They're doing anything any decent player can't do. They just have the money to play this big.
I disagree. Nice fold
yeah,
by Wilson.
good, really good fold. Hard to fold a
Any
flush.
quote-unquote decent tournament player might have called.
Yeah,
I
and
completely disagree with that take.
the difference here being too, when you put it just a decent player inside these fields consistently over and over and over again.
From, like when you first started in like 2000.
A decent player is going to lose over and over and over again in the long run.
Not really. I don't think.
Call.
I mean, actually, a couple guys I played with in Fort Collins. You know, Craig Barnell.
Oh,
And Will Givens.
Oh, really?
Those guys are still going strong on the circuit.
We all came out of Fort Collins and played together in like 2003, 2004.
Oh, wow.
Kind of wild. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize they both are.
Check.
Are they around your age or are they younger?
They're younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Jeremy's
But they're
52.
not super. They're
He's
young
not
like you or anything,
52.
Okay.
obviously.
Yeah, well.
So good.
Is
Yeah,
that a
his
man who
age
looks
started
like he's
10 or
52?
Well, Tom Brady. He's 44.
Okay.
I'm saying he doesn't look 44. Jeremy does everything right. Fitness, eats well, genetics.
Call.
Wilson turns a no good 4.
Check.
Tomorrow we'll showcase final table coverage of the 25K.
10 seconds.
3 25Ks in this year's PokerGO Cup. Events 5, 6, and 7, and then the main event will be a 50K.
175.
Wilson just keeps getting these second best situations. Ausmus has value bet 3 times. He's had just good enough to maybe consider calling the flush a moment ago where he made a great fold.
10 seconds.
Now here, knows Ausmus can do this obviously with any king, any queen. Unlikely as a jack would have heard from it by now, but great fold again.
Nice lay down.
Harder to
Audience,
do.
sorry to interrupt our audience, as you on YouTube has kind of just chimed in with where they're watching us from. I see Kenya, Serbia,
So, yeah, I'm not like
Costa Rica,
Yeah.
great friends with them, but
Centennial
Right, they
Hills,
both are similar.
Paraguay,
I talk,
Netherlands.
when I see him, we say what's up.
Wales.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you all for being here. An
they're all very
amazing
classic,
international
like,
audience.
Yeah,
Friendly, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Very friendly.
Across all our
with.
platforms.
they're like some of the first people I met in poker
Yep.
before
And I think
Vegas.
Salim gave us $5 on YouTube.
Celine.
We don't. Yeah, Salim Adman. Great stuff as always, fellas. Looking forward to coming back. Thank you, Salim. Again, not sure where that money goes. So we're not asking for the donations unless somebody gives us a 5-ball, like we have access to that money. Then we would
Right.
rev it up.
Like a big 5-ball.
Oh, yeah.
Call.
Appreciate that. Celine took down one of our Stairway to Millions events. Thank you for tuning in and for the donation.
I mean, won the event for $138,880. Gives us $5.
We got 5, Jeff. Got 5.
Just kidding. Salim, just kidding. No money necessary.
It's just a start of good things to come.
Matthew Bryan, it goes to the pizza fund. It is pizza night at the Hanks house.
It is, yeah. JD Darvis says, Purdue, boiler up. What a squad you guys have over there in hoops. Jaden Ivey, my goodness. I think he'll be the #1 overall pick. It's all said and done.
Call.
Ausmus makes the call.
This is going to be very difficult for Wilson to get through. If he thinks we're targeting just a 4, maybe he sizes one up. You have to be a little concerned about
10 seconds.
diamonds getting there. Would Ausmus ever play a 10? Trips this slow.
1.1.
Oh, there it is. 1.1. The overbet with 9 high. He is convinced that Ausmus just has a 4. Maybe even a jack. We can get him to fold. Jeremy has that king of diamonds in his hand as well. Can eliminate that flush combo.
Time extension.
Boy, he's really given this some thought, huh? This is great stuff by both players.
Time extension.
This would be the call.
Flings
Tournament. Wow.
in the call. And with that, Jeremy
With that over,
Ausmus
like you definitely had the winner.
takes the chip lead.
You got me.
I almost just like threw it away.
Ausmus, the only player in PokerGO Cup history to have back-to-back top 2 finishes. Finished in second place in event number 3 to Jake Daniels. Has the lead here in event number 4 against Brock Wilson. Wow.
Oops, sorry about
Yeah, that's the call of the tournament thus far. If Ausmus goes on to win the Cup, we can all look back at that hand as well as the three-way all-in early on at this final table where Ausmus was all in for his life with
So you have 3?
pocket tens
Looks like
versus
yeah,
jacks versus aces, and came 10 high. Shot him up to the chip lead at the time.
Check.
Check. Check. Check.
Tony Dodson in the chat checking us out from Liverpool, England, greatest city in the world and the best football team. You would say the best football team is?
The Buffalo Bills, of course, yeah. Where's he from, Liverpool?
Yeah.
Well, they get a lot of those NFL games over there, right? 3 or 4 a year?
Yeah, maybe they consider the Jags their home team.
Yeah.
Must be a big Manchester United fan.
200.
And a great point by incredible one in the chat. Yeah, Bill Klein easily could have eliminated Ausmus early on as well.
Absolutely.
In a strange blind-on-blind encounter where Ausmus raised it up with 2 9s from the small blind. Bill Klein just called with ace-king, and Jeremy started the hand around 25 bigs. Typically, that money's going all in pre. For whatever reason, it didn't. Came ace-high, and Ausmus lost the minimum.
I like this from Stackopoly in the chat. Ausmus is an absolute legend. Only him and Hesh could have made that call.
all in.
All in.
Just rips the 31 bigs with the ace-8.
How many time banks you got?
I have 5. You?
3.
3?
A lot of people are saying that our football isn't the real football.
I know, I've seen that. That's weird.
Tell you what,
I used to just never use them. Now I'm like,
be a lot of good
then I would
field goal
just bust out
kickers over
tournaments
there
and
that
have
could
all of
come
them
play in the
on. I should
NFL.
probably use this sometimes. It might help me.
Yeah.
Punters.
I'm sorry, 2-4. My apologies, 2-4.
Check.
Stephen Chidwick was just eliminated by Chris Brewer in the 25K. I'm sure he's hopping back in, but Chidwick has had a rough 2022 Cup.
Bless you, buddy.
Wasn't sneezing. Had a 9th place in event 2, and that's all for Chidwick.
Check. $100. Call.
Ausmus check calls with queen high here.
Check. Check.
Queen.
You think I'll be able to watch the Mavs game today?
What time does it start?
3?
I think you're drawing dead, buddy. It already started.
Yeah, it's at halftime.
Yeah. Who's winning?
There's a look at our event 5, and there's a look at our chip leader.
Oh, yeah.
Ali Amshurovich. Having a good time with a ton of chips in front of him.
Yeah, I think you're right.
What's that sweater? You think that's Dragon Ball Z?
I don't know what that is.
Well,
I
Cary
never have
Katz
any idea what he's
has
wearing.
jumped into this 25K.
Hefe, here's Sean Winter taking his time. Lucky Chewy. There's the mullet man, Chris Brewer, Eric Worre.
I wasn't drinking enough water in here, but
I mean, I definitely don't drink much water when I'm playing, like whatever, but
350.
yeah.
You know my favorite thing about soccer?
What's that?
Ted Lasso.
Great show.
Yeah. I'm a fan of soccer because of Ted Lasso.
Terrific program.
If it wasn't for that show, I'm not sure I'd even know what it is. Apparently, it's the most popular sport in the world.
It is indeed the most popular sport in the world.
You ever play?
Not in the last 27 years or so.
Not very good at trapping the ball?
Does that surprise you?
A little bit. You look like a good trapper guy.
Good trapper guy.
A lot of flopping in that game. It's like
yeah,
watching
the
LeBron.
flopping is brutal. I mean, NBA players can flop, but soccer is just on a whole nother level.
A lot of high-scoring games, too. Well,
yeah, not that. It depends what you consider high scoring. It's more than like 3 goals, probably not.
yeah, but boy, can they really kick that ball.
That's true.
Some of them, they can shape it, you know, moves from left to right.
And right to left.
Yeah, little banana.
1 second.
You ever do a bicycle kick?
No, I don't think I ever have.
300.
Those are impressive.
Good job.
what's that?
I said good job.
Good job
You
indeed.
got the size that's annoying for my.
That's the goal, right?
That is the goal.
I messed up earlier on the ace 5-5-5. And been an annoying enough size. I was like, I got to get better at that.
Yeah, because I was like.
I should have bet like a quarter, a fifth.
I think so. Yeah, I king high.
Yeah.
You would indifference my hand. If
Yep, exactly. That was dumb. Like right after the hand, I was like, what I think.
It just didn't seem efficient. I didn't see like what do you.
It wasn't good. Wasn't good. Agree. As I was like.
As you felt it in you're like, no.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, take some.
Well, took a little longer, like
Okay.
as I was scooping it or something.
Yeah.
You have 2.7.
I have 2.8, I think.
2.8.
Yeah. Yeah, 2.7 behind.
10 seconds.
$375.
375,000.
I'm all out.
Poker Cat and the PokerGO chat, who did the commentators decide was the most solid player? I don't think we ever really decided. We just named a bunch of players.
It's really hard. I
Yeah.
can't put a finger on just one player. Let me ask you this, Jeff.
Please.
When's the last time you picked up a soccer ball and just punted it?
Probably when I was in 3rd grade or
How
so.
far? 3rd grade. Oh, you
Yeah.
never played past your
No.
childhood days, huh?
No.
No? I guess we can't really talk much about soccer.
Probably not the 2 guys who are going to be able to fire off some good soccer analysis or poker analysis for that matter.
Check.
We know Jack 10 beats 10 deuce most of the time.
Check. Check.
It's a good point by Andrew in the chat. There's a lot less commercials during gameplay in soccer.
Well, that's because people are watching football. Sell those ads.
Okay.
You know? Can't blame them for that.
Wilson makes a straight on the river.
Guys can really run, though. You know, they can jog out there and sprint for hours. It's impressive.
100.
Does the U.S. have a team? Are we in like
Yes,
the Cup of the World?
Ausmus with a 10 in his hand.
Uh-oh.
Gonna be a little off on the timing here. But we see why he raises. So he makes it 550,000.
Yeah, big time yikes. Back and forth we go.
10 seconds.
Wilson having the nut straight variety. Just hoping that perhaps Ausmus can have 10-6 or 5-6. I think he goes for extra value here. I certainly know I would. If you walk into a house, so be it.
$1.8.
Raise. 1.8.
Jeremy knows now. Oops.
Nice pickup for Wilson. Hit the music, Brent.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Poker items for every poker enthusiast can be found in the PokerGO shop. Head on over to shop.pokergo.com to check out our collection of shirts, of hoodies, of hats, and even exclusive memorabilia items. Again, shop now, shop.pokergo.com. There we go. They put the No Gamble, No Future jacket on there. You see that? Let's go.
We're going to have new stuff in there in just the next couple of weeks, too.
Do this.
Better. I don't know how to play deep stack poker.
125, no?
Yeah, I was gonna say if I ever played heads up back, it was always deeper. You know, no ante cash game stuff.
Yeah, you played a lot, good amount of cash, right?
Yeah, I played a lot of cash. I used to.
Yeah.
You play cash with Jeremy back in the day at all, or not?
A little bit online, but I don't
Okay.
think I've ever played live cash with Jeremy.
So you
Mine's I've
have,
gone at 50K, 125K.
2.375.
125K big
I
blind
have
ante.
3.375 behind.
okay, thanks.
Sure.
3 point.
Oh, Hesh in the chat, getting a little riled up. See that?
Hesh is the kind of guy you definitely want at your table. You encourage that type of player. Yeah, you're good. You come on, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah. Take a seat.
How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah. How's the fam? Oh, these guys, they're just average. They're no good.
Hesh says if he's a recreational player, meaning Ausmus, you would be all over him. No, we'd be praising that we praise the bluff.
I'm not sure what.
Bluff makes sense.
You get a blocker, man.
Yeah.
He's trying to rep.
And he says STHU. I mean, I don't know what that stands for, but doesn't sound great.
He's the chat pro that we all
That's true.
need in our
Yes,
lives.
Banana says the pro we need, the pro we deserve.
Yeah. Let me get back to soccer. You know what here's what they need in that sport. Similar to what they do with hockey. Let them fight a little bit.
No, that'd be cool.
You know, don't let them go for a little bit. Slug it out. You know, and then, you know, if someone goes down for the count, pull them off. Pull out your little card from your pocket. Put them in the little box.
What level are they at in the 25? What time is it even? No idea.
Yeah.
3:40, so we're just going to max. I mean, I'm going to max.
What time is it?
It's 3:44.
So,
yeah.
it's getting up there.
Yeah.
It's 50.
Yeah. Yep.
Jimmy in the YouTube chat says pepperoni. You think he's responding to your question 2 hours ago?
125 is the okay.
How about every single 4?
Oh, hi.
For Jeremy Ausmus.
A lot of sailboats.
Every one of them.
He's just praying Brock has a king.
Thinking if he has a king, this thing is over. I'll bet the min.
125.
It doesn't look like they have that many people. It looks pretty small over there.
Yeah, it's significantly smaller than the.
Yeah, I kind of thought maybe it'd carry over a little, but.
I thought it would too.
There's a really big price point that when you get outside the 10K, 15K, those.
Because I didn't want to have to like.
Yeah. Deal with
what we see in the 25K is essentially what we're going to see in the 50K. Same player pool.
Then to sell to 100, you have to sell like more than double because if you
exactly like we said, or I don't know if you were there, but 100K, it's a big jump. 50K to 100.
Yeah, I was there. It's massive.
It's humongous.
Did change the main event to a 50K. Gonna run 3 25Ks before that.
You have like 350, 3.5 or something, right? Sorry.
Yeah. So quickly, 2 points. I think I'm under 3. So 2.8, 2.9 back. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. All in.
Ace 5 off is good. Yeah, I mean, like if you even took like 20K yourself or something in the 50, you sell 30K. Now you have to all of a sudden sell it.
Yeah.
80. And then presumably, if you're going to play 100K, you maybe wouldn't even want to keep as much of yourself because it's a tougher. So it's.
Yeah. You should.
You really
probably even have
probably
less.
take less.
Yeah.
So then now you're selling 85K.
Yeah, I know it's kind of silly. And sadly, they just haven't been great. You know,
No,
they just haven't been that good.
No, it's. I mean, there's not. I guess there's just not a market for it really right now, at least.
Right. Exactly.
I think if there was a complete freeze out, then it might help. I'm not totally sure, but.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would. I mean. I would think
it would help.
I would think about it, and I would never play otherwise without any points consideration.
Yeah. Maybe they need to do that.
50K single re-entry?
Yeah. Ooh, this is my favorite time in the chat. Hesh is now challenging us to play heads up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because that'll happen. Nice.
10 seconds.
For rolls.
For heads up for rolls.
That could be
Haven't
good,
seen
yeah.
that in a couple years.
Right.
400.
Can I be on the call if you play Hesh?
Totally. Yeah. You might be able to just get this studio in play.
20s.
Film it.
No, they are.
You're taking
Whole
after
thing.
Carey.
Yeah, that doesn't sound appealing. Just to, I don't
It's
think
the
we'd
show
get
in
great
winter,
ratings
too.
for Hanks versus
Never let
Hesh.
anyone's know how much they got.
Dan Shack was a guy who's been pretty out. He used to be pretty outspoken about.
This freeze out thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, I just hate that when I play the 100K, if I play it once and then like bust, then people will be like, oh, but it's good. You should max. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't know if I want to just put in another fucking whatever thousands of dollars of other people's. And
For sure. Yeah.
I don't love that.
That's why I take all of myself when playing these big
Right,
buy-in
yeah,
events,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? So you don't have to
Just
deal with
buy
that. The
in,
other
man.
people's
Come on,
money. Yeah,
Wilson.
come on, Brock.
Empty that Brock crock pot. Little safe. Put the whole thing on the whole roll on the line.
Brock saving his cash for the tables at excess. 7-5-4. Ausmus pairing a flush draw. Wilson, the wheel draw. Check, check, and a deuce on the turn. So deuces now for Wilson.
Just a slobber knocker of a hand for Ausmus. And I think Wilson's got enough of this to want to get to the river. Obviously, he's made a pair. He's got that wheel draw in his mind. Perhaps the ace could be good. Deuce at spades would be an ugly ticket for Brock.
River brings another 4.
If Jeremy does eke out a little value here with that 5, Wilson has a tough fold with 2 pair. A lot of draws miss.
He is going to hunt for some value. Goes about 1/3 pot.
King 5.
Yeah, and Wilson just snaps it off, to your point. Wilson a bit too good there. Ausmus extends his chip lead. The winner of this heads-up match takes the lead in the race for the PokerGO Cup. If Wilson wins it, Ausmus is just 12 points behind. Jeremy Ausmus lives in Vegas.
2.3.
Family man won 2 bracelets in last year's series. The 1K code
Yeah,
relief
so I
and the
have
50K
2.3
PLO
exactly
arrow.
effective. Sure.
First player in PokerGO Cup history to record back-to-back top 2 finishes. Jimmy Bluffett in the chat says, sell me more Brock Wilson.
Yeah, you got a piece of that,
Piece
Bluffett?
of the action was available on Pocket Fives, and our guy Josh Aria tells us that Brock sold off 17% of his action in this tournament on Pocket Fives, and at the very least, he's 13x'd your payout.
That's great.
Ten.
13x your investment.
Could've got you off that. Fuck.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I really don't. I was just thinking about it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna value bet king high. Jack high, I don't, definitely could. I don't know. I could.
Yeah.
You could bet king high on the turn. How is fucking you beat?
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe you do.
Figured I needed to take one off, you know.
Yeah, you just gotta see how tilted I am and go from there.
Daniel in the chat, Ausmus looks like some movie star that I can't put my finger on. I feel like he looks like all the movie stars merged into one.
It's the Tom Brady of poker.
And how old is he again?
52.
42. Right?
You have like 20 bigs, basically, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Very clean eater. Consistent diet.
Much like yourself. You're consistent.
Well, very consistent. Yeah, I wouldn't say clean. Went to lunch with Ausmus a few months back, and I know you'll find this hard to believe, but I got like a French dip sandwich, you know, beef. Yeah. Dip it in the little au jus.
Get some fries with that.
I got some fries on the side. He got himself a nice salad.
Yeah, could see that.
And I think a side of sweet potatoes. But it was a wonderful lunch between the two of us.
Oh, I bet you guys had a great time.
Conversation. Yeah, hung out. Talked about being dads.
That's cool.
You know, normal guy stuff. A lot of soccer.
Banana, good question in the chat. How does the technology work recognizing cards before they have been looked at? So we have an RFID reader on the table. Players place their cards into this little box. And boom, that's how we know what the whole cards are. We also have cameras as backup.
Ooh, this is fun. Little jack high call for Mr. Wilson. Ausmus with the absolute nut low.
Playing the board on 10, 10, 8, 8, 4.
You don't see that very often. If he brings it, maybe it's some sort of overbet. How about this? A massive one at that.
Yes, it is. Well diagnosed by you. The overbet to the tune of?
Nearly 3x pot.
1.5 million.
Wow, Brock, if you make this call, headset's coming off. I'm walking out of here. You're the best
Can he
player
do
in
it?
the damn world.
Can he do it?
Jack high, 3x. Come on. No way. I can't believe he's really considering this.
Lays it down. Well done, Jeremy Ausmus.
Absolute robbery.
But Wilson perhaps
Yeah.
is close. Nice play there.
look at the Holy Grail, the PokerGO Cup. Daniel Negreanu drank a beer out of that exact model last year, taking home the title. We're keeping an eye on Negreanu, see if he can get it going here.
He's got chips again, right?
Well, he had chips.
Oh.
I don't see him in the top 10 anymore. So
who do you see in the top 10?
Something happened.
300.
I see chip leader Ali Amshurovich.
1.75 behind.
Bill Klein second. Sergey Rushek third. Justin Saliba fourth. Chris Brewer fifth. How about Nick Petrangelo showing up for his first event? He's in sixth. No sign of Daniel Negreanu in the 25K, at least in the top 10 leaderboard count. I think he's just below. He's got 190 in 11th place. So he clearly lost a couple pots over there. We will have Event 5, the 25K final table tomorrow. Live coverage right here where you're watching.
It's Ausmus now coming along with Jack High. On a paired board now. Double paired board.
No, are we going to see it again? Flip the rolls? Million in there. Brock's only got 1.6. He would have to probably overbet if he was going to win it right here. Jeremy knows that Brock would never do it with king high or ace high. He's going to take a different route, a little bit smaller sizing, perhaps a little bit more believable for the times he actually had a queen.
450,000. Well done, Brock Wilson this time. Someone in the PokerGO chat points something out. I think it's kind of an antiquated take. Says
wild.
I was like,
says
really
0% of these guys have 100% of themselves. Well, except for Bill Klein and Cary Katz, then zero. It's not a great investment. That's why fields are getting so small. A lot of these guys have all of themselves nowadays.
The majority do.
Yeah,
the majority do. Yeah. Brock is one who sells.
Sure.
I mean, he's literally selling on pocket fives as we speak. You can go buy a piece.
And sure, plenty of them sell little pieces, but a lot of these guys have a ton of themselves. These guys have some real money.
The 10-10-8-8 one was when you overbet the river. You wouldn't check back. You checked back. I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember.
It's just an old school take that somehow still holds. Like, oh, these guys are only playing for 3% of themselves. Doesn't matter. It does.
There's a lot of things you don't know about these players. You know, do they make all their money playing poker? No. A lot of them have
I don't know.
Made solid investments, started businesses along the way.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do either. I think I'm supposed to raise call this, but
we do keep
I don't
private.
know.
Sounds
For
like we're about in the same area.
various reasons. We're not talking about their
20 to 30 big blinds heads
yeah,
up.
I'm like the big one.
financial investments, clearly. But
Yeah.
You don't get heads up that much live.
it's a
so
new
like,
era.
Exactly. That's the thing. I just haven't looked at.
No, neither have I. You play a lot of these. If we play a lot of these, like, we probably should know.
No, for sure.
But
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
I don't know. I always regret not looking at some heads up. But.
a lot of stuff to remember. You know, it's
Slot and poker.
Yeah, exactly.
Luckily, I have no kids, and
Yeah.
when I go home is kind of nothing else for me to do. Your second job starts once you go home.
Yeah. Kinda.
Ausmus goes home to the family. Wilson's like, I go home to the solver.
I don't even know if Wilson goes home.
Yeah, I guess here a lot.
Also must have been hard, like playing poker so early. You had to like probably reconfigure your mind a lot as things changed.
Definitely. That's what I was gonna
Great
say
point.
earlier about me betting like a weird size, like old habits die hard.
For
you know?
sure, yeah.
Ausmus has had to transform his game a bit more than Wilson, just based off his years of experience. And what he thought was right in, 2014, 2015, 2016 was different from 5 years prior, is different from now.
125.
7.
Bets here, wins here.
Trappy. Oh no, wait, that's not a trap. That's just a 7. Okay. Yeah, like now when sometimes I talk to my friends about a hand, I'll be like, oh yeah, I did this because that, and then they'll be like, oh, that's not how it works anymore. Oh, I was like, oh, well, where do I get this notification that things suddenly changed? Like,
It used to be way different. Like, how long have you played for?
I mean, I played in high school in like 2010, 11, 12, but like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I really got introduced to like strategy was like 2014. But I was playing
2014?
Not playing
Yeah.
big stakes really, yeah.
I didn't even look at solver stuff till like much later, like a few years after
I
this came
think
out.
Solver's like 2018 was kind of when I started looking at them.
Yeah, it might have been be about the same for me too. 1, 2, 5.
10 seconds. Cool.
You're a big solvers guy, yeah?
Well, I was about to ask you what a solver is.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been a pro since like mid 2018, so like.
Okay.
Yeah, so
3
I didn't,
years,
I kind
almost 4
of,
years.
when I went pro, the solvers were a thing, so I didn't have to do too much unlearning, but definitely some since I played for so long.
The solvers would say this is a good flop for Jeremy Ausmus.
For the most part, very few players that are competing at the biggest buy-ins on the PokerGO Tour haven't put hundreds to thousands of dollars in on a solver. Meanwhile, this is a very interesting turn card. We know Ausmus cannot lose the pot, but Wilson has picked up, in his mind, plenty of backdoor equity.
As he turns the flush draw, we can see it's the no good flush draw as Ausmus's turn 7's full. 625K in the pot.
He's going to give him a price no matter what. That's just perfect. 300,000. We cannot fold our hand if we are Mr. Wilson. 4 shovels. You got to feel pretty good about that king as well. Certainly concerned that Ausmus could have a flop straight, maybe trips, maybe a 9. If it's a house, well, so be it.
There's the 3 of clubs.
somewhat safe, although giving Wilson 2 pair. And think about the draws potentially that could have missed. Any 8x, any 10x, blocker sorts of cards.
Yeah. Thanks.
We've seen Jeremy overbet on various textures as bluffs. Would you ever consider doing it now with the Stone Cold Nuts?
6.
600.
He's giving him a size where he's just begging to get called. Brock knows that, but he also thinks that when he do this again with missed draws, he's also maybe left him enough rope to where Wilson would consider turning a 3 into a bluff.
10 seconds.
I don't think with those antics he would ever do it. Yeah, no, he's not shoving now for sure. Just a pure bluff catcher for Brock Wilson. For whatever reason, he's yet to believe Ausmus
10 seconds.
in these spots. He's looked him up light every single time, for the most part. Again,
Does make the call. Ausmus gets paid off again.
Good hand.
Thanks.
Spade on the river. Would have been over. I king 3 of spades.
Oh, wow.
And now Wilson down to about 10 bigs.
I think those are
Ausmus at
carries,
6.9
Yeah,
million.
I like one.
If he does hold on for the win,
So what are you thinking?
he
Smile
could
or
take the
straight
lead
face
in the
with it,
race
Frodo?
for the PokerGO Cup. And he'd be
Fan
up by
jinx,
113
Man's technique,
points.
only playing for
Or
4
Cary
years
Katz
for a
in
living, I mean.
second. This would be Ausmus's first win inside this studio. He was able to hold on.
1.1 behind.
1.2.
Five deuce. Pair of fives for Wilson. A couple backdoor draws for Ausmus.
Queen 7, no diamond.
Not sure if who, me?
No.
You?
No, I had 5-4, but
Should have shoved 3 probably.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea anything. I just knew I can't shove 5-4.
Yeah.
So I didn't shove.
Fair assessment. Ausmus with queen 3.
This might be a shove for Ausmus, going off his comments a moment ago with just jack high. Is queen high good enough to put it all in and apply max pressure? There it is.
He will. Wilson with ace 4 makes the call, and here we go. Wilson all in and at risk. He is ahead.
I made up for missing my shove last time.
Ausmus gets there.
His hand. Almost the same hand.
This tournament is over. Brock about a 2-1 favorite.
That's how you're supposed to do it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Here comes the flop. King 8-4.
I'm just looking behind you, Jeremy.
Wilson
Wow.
pairs his fours.
I thought
And
they'd
in
give us
pretty
the
good
split
shape
screen.
to double up.
That's a big. Do they do that every time?
I thought they'd do me and you
Yeah.
right there, but no, they're changing it up.
Ausmus
They're
needs a
killing their
queen.
female viewership, not putting you on the screen now.
Finds it on the turn.
Yeah, thanks.
But, you know, that'll...
And now it's Wilson who needs help. Looking for an ace or a 4, or this tournament is over. It's a jack.
All right, good game, Jeremy.
Good game, buddy.
That does it.
It was fun. Thank you.
Jeremy Ausmus follows up a runner-up finish with a win. The title of Event 4 of the PokerGO Cup is his. He wins $263,250. Brock Wilson in second for $195K.
A great showing again by Brock Wilson. Let's start there. And, of course, Jeremy Ausmus, calm, cool, collected, and now out in front for the PokerGO Cup, looking to bring it home to mama and the $50,000 cherry on top.
His first win in the PokerGO studio does indeed give him a pretty sizable lead in the race for that cup. 407 points for him. Cary Katz in second after finishing in third. Brock Wilson in third in the series race after finishing in second. It's back-to-back-to-back cashes for Wilson. What a win it was for Jeremy Ausmus. What a series it's been for Jeremy Ausmus. Second place in event number 3 and the win in event number 4. Let us take a look at the overall standings, the race for the cup. And Brent, there it is. What a lead it is for Ausmus.
Yeah, he's in the driver's seat clearly, but it's not over, Jeff. We've got 6 more events to play out, and anything can happen. You and I have seen it in our majors time and time again.
And what do you think about raising the price point to
Let's
25K?
do it, baby.
Tomorrow we'll start our final table coverage of these $25,000 buy-in events, events 5, 6, and 7 25Ks. The race for the cup is in full swing, and Jeremy Ausmus has quite the lead. Final table coverage, event number 5, tomorrow, same time, same place, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks to our crew. Thanks to Brent Hanks. Thanks to you all for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.